caught the person.
Yeah. We're pushed off button now.
This is us tonight.
Yeah, we've went all quiet for the starting of our session. It's
I'm
weird.
I am hard on focusing on actually just not typing like the complete wrong things on my tweet. Okay.
Okay.
I know, but like
snacking on dinner.
we do have a lower energy today than normally the start of the session. But yeah, I'm also eating.
It's because James
so...
isn't here.
I am sleep deprived because someone was drilling into the wall next door for like 6 hours this morning, so I'm a bit
Good
limpish.
times.
When you say this morning for normal people, or this morning for you?
From 6 a.m. to midday.
We don't have an
They
assassin.
were using a power drill
in
on the freaking wall near my bed, and I wanted to go outside and throttle them.
Yeah, we don't have a
good at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
We have no
This was
assassin in
actually-
roll 20.
This was legitimately morning. Also, we are
I
live
think
on my
I'm on
end
roll
as well.
20.
No, you're not.
You are
No.
not.
No.
Or at least you're not in the game. You might be on roll 20.
I'm sat in the like upcoming games section.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
good luck with that.
It's on brand. You gotta give it that.
Yeah.
Assassin.
I was in the lobby. It's fine.
We're just wait. Assassin, just wait. We're waiting
We're
on you.
just waiting for you.
Because my question is to you. My question
I
is.
was just stealth. That's fine.
All right, Bane, you live?
Yep.
All right, let's do a quick intro, and then you guys can get to chatting. Welcome back to the world of Alterra, episode 21. 21. 21. I'm already setting a good pace for today's session.
Hell
Today's
yeah.
session, it's gonna be
It's not
barely
even
functional.
the episode where we all drink while we play.
Yep. Episode 21, The Mines of Avarice, Part 3. Previously, our heroes had finally arrived at the entrance of Mines of Avarice and had encountered a group of Oni brutes, which they have discovered are a little bit more brutish and sponge-heavy than they'd expected. And that maybe they shouldn't go gung-ho into this mine that potentially could have dozens more of them.
I'm a professor.
The Wines of
Professor's
Avarice.
plan to go in there.
Yep.
The professor gave Alvina caffeine.
to fight those brutes.
It's entirely their fault.
It's entirely their fault.
Yep.
You temporarily cleared the way into the eastern segment of the mines and are expected to meet up with Izami and Co.
Izumi?
Akuma. Yep. In the higher levels of the mine, that presumably, if you go towards the center or look for stairs up or look for, I don't know, a hole in the ceiling, it's probably a good indicator of where you should be going. Presumably, the mine will have some form of layout. Otherwise, how would people traverse it?
Quite a map.
And
But either way, the magical, and we'll get to that in a second there, brother. Either way, the magic of the professor is kind of guiding you towards the west side, so the other side of the map. But given that the map you're about to go on to only actually has like 2 exits anyway, gonna be one of
It's the door.
it's the door. You don't get
it's
to
the
branching path
door
until you get
number
to
one.
the central terminal. And that's where we've you guys have had a short rest, and you are kind of sitting up in the what appears to be in trapped, sleep poisoned area to catch runaway slaves, and you've set up there temporarily to discuss what you want. You've had a quick peek of the area where you've discovered ogre slave masters with some cannons. And before we do a name check on everyone, we'd also like to announce that we officially have our new logo that
Yeah.
Bob is
Yay!
constantly referencing now.
Yep, I am zooming in on it on my end.
So there you
broke
go.
the
If you want to see how we designed that or the philosophy behind that, you can on Tuesday's stream of spoilers, which should still be up on Twitch. Otherwise, it will be on our YouTube channel where we download and paste all the previous episodes. Apart from episode 1, which you'll have to go to Bane's channel to find
Yeah.
because of logistical issues.
It broke.
Also, my spirit of screaming, it's all on one layer, has been finally laid to rest.
I use multiple layers, everyone. I've slowly learned how to use Inkscape.
I do like the fact that that is recorded for posterity.
Purge
It's just me
layer,
screaming. It's
purge
all
layer.
on one layer,
layer.
randomly during the stream.
There probably won't be an episode next Tuesday, just because there's a lot of stuff going on. But the Tuesday after that, hopefully, we'll be back for spoilers, where we can begin working on ideas for a new banner background image. As I slowly transition things from like hodgepodged, improvised images slapped together to actual original content, which I'll have full copyright over.
I suppose it should be character art or something.
So
I was actually wanted to do something similar to what we'd already had of the world exploding apart, because I'll probably do a shattered alt sphere image first, and then I'll do one for the original universe.
Is how many people are going to come and think this is the original universe? You think?
Yep.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. But yeah, we can figure all that out in about 2 weeks' time on the next spoiler stream, or whenever it actually is, since they're kind of done impromptu. But with that, let's get back to today's episode. Let's do a quick voice check. James, the professor, is going to be late today, and will show up at some point, and Ben, playing Fukyu, is also going to be absent today and will be an NPC. But with that said, Wolfie, why don't you start us off with a quick sentence?
Howdy, I'm Wolfie Bane, I'm one of the streamers, and I am playing Alvina Alanor, the most aggressive Pokemon master the world has ever seen. She caught a shaman last time.
And I have no doubt that their list will continue to grow. Zormir.
Hi, I'm Bob. I played Dr. Zormir. It is currently mourning the fact that there's going to be another zoo on his airship again once he gets it fixed again.
I got you with that Pokemon
Every
comment, didn't I?
time.
Yeah.
Dr. Zormir eternally herding cats.
Dr. Zormir, Professor fucking No Get Heart.
Yep.
Ding.
Gwent Mossmal.
Hey, I'm TR. I play Gwent, and I want nothing to do with the zoo part 2. It sounds like
Gwent,
such a
you never
dangerous
even got to meet Zoo Part 1.
It just sounds like a hassle. The things he's capturing are not zoo creatures.
They are!
They are not. Lou Grimm.
Hey, I'm Lou Grimm, repenting warlock.
Repenting warlock!
Neil, I didn't know you were a repenting warlock.
Yes.
Oh,
The penitent warlock will pass.
I think there's something slightly terrifying of learning, like the guy you took a loan money from, the loan shark in your old world, that you could, was just powerful enough to be a nuisance, but not enough to like destroy the world. And you come to the new world where your loan shark is now somehow the emperor of somewhere.
It's like that guy you just like borrowed money off in
The loan
college.
shark turns out to be a great white.
No, I was about to say he's just that guy you borrowed money off in college, and then like a few years later, he's the president of the United States.
And then you get to the new world, and he's like, "I loaned you money in the old world. I guess that means you owe me money in this world too, then, buddy."
Yeah. And the
No.
cost of interdimensional inflation's pretty brutal.
Assassin.
Hello, I am one of the zoo exhibits. Just
With your
here
squishy
for
boy.
just here for the snacks and the shits and giggles, I guess.
Works.
The benefits of being a pet.
Yep.
Only we could all just nap and play D&D and never have to do anything else. The Point, aka Nap Boy.
Hello there, I am The Point, I'm a dwarven bard, and last week I had a possibly poison-induced nap and woke up and the zoo had gotten me.
She got kicked in the nads twice.
Yeah, that is true.
Very hard.
That also.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over that because it seems like a weird thing for party members to do to each other. So,
was
gotta move on.
It was trying to wake him up. How else did you? Someone else.
Vastly differently.
Slap him in the face.
No,
to wonder Alvina has
really?
any friends at all.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's a
say if
money
we
maker.
ever,
Don't
if we
put me in
ever
the
do
post.
like a sleepover D&D night, you're not sleeping anywhere near anyone else.
You just
Nobody
went,
wants Alvina in the corner.
I am Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for tonight. Sometimes reluctantly. We'll see how tonight goes. All right, I'm going to quickly show you the lower east to remind the players what they were able to glance from Assassin, who has come back to tell you what they saw and then ran away again to have additional look while you guys plan initially, just for the convenience of the fact that Ben's not here. You were described 3 ogre, what can be pretty assumed are slave masters of some kind, given that they seem to be watching over the various slaves in up and down off the map. A couple extra details, kind of fleshed in the beginning of the session, is that they seem to have regular black tattoos kind of swirled around their arms. There's no glittering from what Assassin can tell of the gold Arcanite, similar to the Oni. So it doesn't look like they have magical tattoos. But something that did catch Assassin's eye, Fukyu's eye, last time, is that they actually seem to have very detailed gold bracers up and down their forearm? Yeah, that's a forearm.
Lower part of the arm? More
Yeah.
close to the hand? Yeah, forearm.
I should remember what a forearm is on a Friday night. I say that's not my Tuesday night serve any more coherent. They seem to have golden bracers that, for all intents from the description that they were able to give, seem to be bracers of defense of some kind.
Okay.
But apart from, as well as there were 2 cannons, as well as a giant cask of something that the ogres are drinking, some cannonballs, and what appeared to be target practice dummies kind of just set up that had been kind of vandalized and been kind of worn down over years of just like throwing shit at them and, I don't know, like punching them occasionally. As well as the carts of gold that Fukyu briefly mentioned before immediately going off saying something about going to see how much more gold they could find.
That's fair.
That is fair. And that is where we resume as we go back to the underground passages. There we go. You guys are in the top left. You had recently cleared out this eastern path to the far west here. And yeah, you are, you've done your short rest and you're good to discuss with this information what you would like to do. So I'll hand over to the players.
Okay, well, I have somewhat of a plan, but I do require... Assassin? Are you still able to make people talk in different languages?
That could be arranged
Okay.
for a cost.
Okay. Now we get into the nitty-gritty of it, aren't we? Well,
What did you expect?
Hey, you got supply. So I got supply. You got demands. You know, this is how it works.
well, I am putting myself at a bit of a risk here of going in, disguising myself as one of these Oni.
It is a bit of a risk, isn't it? You could die without my help.
Yes.
That sounds even more valuable.
Yes.
Do you think you could convince an ogre of anything?
Well, I don't know if anyone else can do this, really. I mean, do any of you know how to disguise yourself, or doesn't sound completely robotic there, Professor?
I mean, well, that information might cost you money, but I think I know someone else who might do that.
Can you?
What's it to you?
I mean, you're a bit short for me to enlarge to make you a large creature. No offense.
I can convince him.
No, I come in the right size. I don't need to be bigger than I am.
Yes, but bringing you up to just our size is not going to
short.
is not going to convince them that you were one of the Oni guarding that front gate.
Oh, so that's what we're doing.
Yes.
This is what smoking does. It stunts your growth.
Okay.
We're trying to
What
convince
about,
enough
can it
of
be a
them to
baby
come.
only?
A baby ogre. Why is a baby ogre in here?
We need.
I am.
The point yawns. I can do it if I've had a nap.
You've had a nap.
I
You
am
can do
able to disguise myself using magic.
Yes, but you sound
The point,
very.
you've had the benefits of a short rest.
Yes, you can.
Have a long
One,
rest.
I don't trust you right now, and two, I don't think your voice will be very convincing, even with speaking in giant. You are a bit How
Robotic?
can I say stiff and robotic?
Stiff and robotic. That's a good way of saying that they sound stiff and robotic.
And are you very convincing? I mean, I'd send in Lou, but I don't know how.
You can talk to an ogre, right?
I don't know if he can disguise himself.
Wait, actually, what?
Before you arrived and the point put on their performance for the camp, I regularly did readings from novels and books, and everyone seemed to enjoy them.
I'm going to incite Abigail for that, not the professor.
Well,
Maybe not everyone enjoyed them.
Anyone.
She just looks over at you, shakes her head subtly.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
do
that-
you mean?
There.
I didn't say anything.
Your head tilted at an angle.
Look. We
Like
get
slowly
it.
moves over to Alvina, whispers, "Father told me not to tell them. They get really prideful about it."
Look.
fair
We
enough.
we
Yeah,
we
I
get it. The
understand that.
professor's incredibly wooden. Anyway,
I'm metallic.
what? Yeah, this is the problem. Anyway, I'm getting payment. Either way, you either want tongues or you want disguise self, and either way,
I
those
can
are
do
pretty expensive spells.
I can.
No, Zomir.
Yes.
We'll just get Lou. We get Lou to do it.
He can't disguise himself, I think.
I don't have disguise self.
Oh ho
I have
ho!
a
I only have a
So,
disguise kit.
I was about to say, I have this disguise kit.
The point,
Just make him bigger.
perhaps if you could, how best to put this?
I can make him bigger.
If someone could perhaps, it is difficult to describe. There is a cartridge which would require to be inserted into the back of my neck. It will allow me to speak in a less robotic tone. Yes, that
We need a
was
Windows
the best
update.
way I could put it. Essentially, yeah. Occasionally, I blue screen.
Look. The only thing I'm interested in is what you've got to offer me, because clearly I'm the most valuable member right now. None of you are bringing anything to the table. Point, say nothing. You've just had a nap. You're very sleepy.
I can
Clearly need to
disguise.
take some time to wake up.
I am already bringing
I was going to
at
offer
least
to pay
two.
you, but fair enough.
I can
Oh,
bring
you
two.
wait, what? Don't go back to that.
I can bring two things to the table already. I know how to disguise myself, and I know how to enlarge reduce. These are the two things I was planning on doing. But
I just think
I
that
can't
you could-
speak giant.
I
think
can
that-
also do
can.
those two things.
And I
I
know
think we
you
should
can
just-
speak giant, but the thing is, I don't
You
trust
don't
you going
trust me.
by yourself,
Mm.
and you're kind of, unless Point, can you do that? At least I would maybe tolerate him a bit better if he spoke less robotic.
Here's one.
Yes.
Lou, do you know how to use minor illusion?
Yes.
Just make Lou bigger. Minor illusion. They're ogres. How the hell are they going to tell? Just some minor things will probably get us straight through because Lou can talk to pretty much anyone. Just you enlarge him. You do the weird language thing that you did to me earlier. And we're in.
So
Maybe that Lou can even induct them into his cult. Who knows?
so my eye that you've seen turn red on occasion turns blue, and R2D2 projects an image of an Oni speaking giant, and it sounds Oni like, and it sounds giant like.
But will you be right back?
I would, of course, be limited to what they say. Mostly it is stuff about tattoos.
Ah.
So essentially it would be like a mixer.
Check
I
out
would
my
need to
new
mix
ink.
things on the fly.
I need them to.
Think.
I need them to come to us. We need them to think that they need to back the first three to come to us and back them up. We beat them up. We take over the cannons. But
I
We
can
need
create
some.
a distraction.
We need someone can. Well, no distractions because that will just alert them to something else. We need convincing people, but we need people who can do some of these tricks that I can, as well as you can, and you to be able to make them speak, Giant. Oh, this is very confusing.
Yeah, I can do all of this,
Yes, but
but
you're
it
too
will
short
cost you.
when we make you big. We need someone of average height than now to make bigger, so it's convincing, and someone who maybe can wear the armor. Why did I make it? I put myself in the position where I'm probably the best candidate, but I'm not a very convincing person.
Also, we've got a minor problem about you wearing the armor to disguise yourself.
What?
You've got one arm and one leg.
Yes, but my armor's ability basically.
Yeah, your armor, not their
It's just
armor.
a scratch, though.
But I can use disguise self to make the armor look like their armor. I just can look at it and see. Well, that's what doesn't what disguise self does.
Well,
I can make my, or is it just me?
You have to have the same arrangement of limbs, and technically, since you have an arm and a leg, even if it's not physically there, that would still count as the same arrangement
no,
of
it does
limbs.
count armor. It does count armor.
Your
Yeah.
clothing, armor, weapons. Yeah, I see no problem here. You just have to be the same size.
Yeah.
I didn't think it could do gear. I thought it just did ordinary clothing.
And
Okay.
plus,
I mean,
I have one of the rings. It may be broken.
kind of like fuck you.
I can.
I mean, the Oni can change. Do we need to be big?
That's actually a very good point, actually.
I doubt
a
very
really
highly
point.
they would disguise themselves as non-Oni around their own kin.
No, we just have to make ourselves all look like Oni that are in the smaller form.
Oh, you could
that's
I
all
could
we
be
need.
carried as a small baby Oni. Yes, this makes perfect sense.
DM, if in theory we were to stack a medium creature on a medium creature and wear a big jacket, could we just
I
cast
literally said
disguise
that
self?
earlier.
Yeah.
I said that earlier.
Ah, okay.
I didn't
So
get
that
an
depends
answer.
entirely on if you pass the athletic and acrobatics check necessary to not fall over should you interact with anything.
I mean, I'm incredible. Anyone else will have to compete with that, but I'm solid.
But apart
I
from
don't
the
care.
occasional check,
Yeah.
absolutely you can do that.
I am
Incredible.
Who wants
I'm
to sit on
vaguely
my
acrobatic.
I am not
Who
good.
wants to sit on my shoulders?
I'm not good in any physical skill.
Who wants to sit on Albina's
Honestly,
shoulders and be
I
an
think
Oni?
the point you were gonna pay me, so I feel like I should sit on your shoulders.
I don't think
I'm not
that the
big
two-
on athletics. I'm
I
good
was-
at acrobatics and persuasion.
I also don't think that the two of you together would make a large, like that big enough.
Yeah.
Like you're like my height standing on top of each other.
Dang, you're right. I just
Stacking a kobold and a dwarf doesn't really make a big creature.
look. Well, all I'm hearing is that I'm gonna have to now put myself in the line of danger, which means the cost has gone up.
I've got an
So,
idea.
like, you know,
The longer we discuss this, the less likely we're going to have the time to beat the changing of the guard.
So who is sitting on my shoulders for this weird trench coat thing?
And if
Who could disguise their face?
we do this weird
me.
trench coat thing you're talking about, then how do we ambush them?
Is it only
we
me
don't.
that speaks giant, by the way?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
But I can cast tongues.
that's fair.
So we're not going with my plan of
But you don't want to.
send one person in to get them to come here, and we kick their ass and then take over the guns.
I think
Who's
that-
the most charismatic?
That's a good plan. It's just
Me.
how
The bard
how
or
do
the
we
rogue?
get them?
The grim. Okay.
Lou, because I think because fuck you
I've
is
got 20 on
indisposed.
charisma.
Yeah, because fuck you is indisposed. It's Lou, essentially.
DM, if I were to lock my own ability of disguise self and as a bonus action give it to Lou, he would have that ability to cast it until the end of my next turn, according to the Animancer rules. Could he cast disguise self and then be disguised as an Oni.
He would still need to expend the appropriate spell slot, so he wouldn't be able to cast it for free.
It's a once per day tattoo thing that I have. I do have it as a spell, but I have a once per day regardless.
So is it a
It's-
magical item, or?
It's a spell rot tattoo that the Oni actually gave me.
Well, I know, but mechanically, what is it?
It's a magic item tattoo.
Yeah, so because it's not on their stat block, you wouldn't be able to transfer the abilities of a magic item.
Okay, so if I were to just transfer my ability to cast Disguise Self, lock it from me, give it to Lugrim, he could cast it before my next action, but the disguise wouldn't drop.
I know how to cast Alter.
No, Alter Self would be perfect. I was actually
So
going to ask if
you
anyone have
could lock
Alter
it out from me, and then
Why don't you just Alter
And
Self?
it would make you...
I have no spell slots.
Ah, fair
Okay.
point.
If you raised that, I would ask then if you would allow it. Would you?
Temporary, right?
So yeah, the only prerequisite is the creature is able to use the spell or ability that if they meet all the prerequisites. So, for example, by expending a spell slot of the appropriate level for the learned spell, or has the biological appendices or organs to perform said ability. So, you unfortunately can't give like Dragon's Breath to someone who doesn't have the Dragon Breath organs, but you can.
Nice.
Dragons have a special gland for that.
Yep.
Similar to Dragonborn and some versions of Kobold, depending on what Chris feels like at the day and which type of class it is, or type of race it is.
So you could steal the dragon breath of an ancient red or gold and give it to a fucking kobold.
Yes.
Yeah, so long as they have the ability to breathe, do fire breath or a breath attack already.
Hilariously, you could also do it to a monk.
I'm actually
If they're a dragon
technically,
monk, they have dragon breath.
technically I'm not
Yep.
like a kobold. I'm a Simic hybrid is the actual race that I've chosen. Just because it makes it's for the Aspit and Manta Glide and things, it just makes more sense to have something that's a bit more.
Oh, but interestingly, Acid Spit is I can at least see as a form of breath attack, because that's how acid dragons do it.
Yeah.
That's fair. I would actually
You have a
like,
elemental gland,
acid
effectively.
set, which is a.
We learned the biology of assassin. They don't.
I
Just
would
keep
have
up
to
acid.
consider if elemental ones pass. So, for example, if the acid one and the fire one are the same gland, though. So you could easily do it from a fire dragon to a red kobold, for example. I don't know. It depends how like finicky I want to get.
It depends what dragon law you're wanting, because in some dragon laws, there's like the acid breath of a dragon. It just doesn't have the thing that sparks it, because it's like they all breathe out an acid, and there's like another gland which sparks it into a fire breath, and other ones just don't have the sparks, which shoots out acid instead. It depends which one you're going with, essentially.
So, but since that's not relevant right now, I'll figure out the back lore implications of all that later. But so long as you have, for example, the spell slots, you can pass along learned spells for one round. That is actually one of the mechanical uses I had in mind for abilities like this. You could do like a vital spell, like a Revivify or something, or steal like a cool ability from another creature and give it to somebody who has spell slots to actually use it.
Have you got the spell slot for it? Yeah.
I would be able to cast Alter Self on myself. I'm searching my memory banks. Alter Self. I would be able to choose what sort of voice I could take. This would be perfect. I can make myself look and sound as like an Oni.
Would you look like a mechanical Oni?
I can decide to look like a mechanical Oni,
And also, like.
but I would not change size. Doctor, you would have to enlarge my form.
Also, the problem with that, Professor, is that, like, you know, you're about as charismatic as that rock over there.
How dare
Actually,
you.
maybe less. No, that rock's actually, like, they've got something going for them. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're less charismatic than that rock.
They are quite pointy.
Yeah, there's
to the
something
rock.
about it. They've got a lot of confidence, you know?
They're a rock.
Yeah.
How big is this rock?
The rock.
I'll
I
point
kind of want this charismatic rock.
out.
It's not even a charismatic rock!
It is now.
Will something into appearing.
I think it's probably like quite like smooth, has like a little bit of moss on the other side, and has like one pointy edge. Probably probably bigger than Assassin can carry,
like
but
cliff
small enough for
moss.
someone else to carry. You know?
Could there be little freckles of moss that make it look like eyes? I'm just picturing Plank
It's just
from
got a
Ed, Ed, and Ed.
smiley face.
Yeah, I'm just picturing Plank from Ed, Ed, and Ed.
Yeah, like I go, oh yeah, no, you're probably about as charismatic as that rock, and then I come round and look round, and it's got like a nice little pleasing little smile, and I'm like, oh no, actually, this one's got more charisma than you. Look at them, look at this little guy. He's got it. I don't know what it is, but he's got it.
I have a charisma of 14. Damn it! I am charismatic.
Sure, buddy.
You're as charismatic as the point is strong, so.
Wow.
I do
That's
have.
a bird.
But to be fair, still above average.
Yeah,
I
and I
s-
can speak the language, so it's up to you. I can give it to Lugrim, and
I think
I
we give
do
it
re-
Lou, and we can cast tongues on Lou.
but we'd have to
please
cast
note-
tongues and enlarge, whereas
please
it would just
note
be
as-
one spell.
Please note, as a player, I want you all to do the thing that you want to do, but and I will support the overall party decision. But no, as Assassin, I want to stir up as much shit and make this as difficult for you all as possible. So,
And don't
you know.
forget,
Yeah.
soul points don't come back until after a long rest, so you're running
This
low
is-
on those.
This is true.
Also, don't worry, I've
No,
got
I-
a solution for Assassin.
I swapped spell slots for soul points. I'm
Okay.
running
Yeah, but you're
out of
running
spell
low on
slots.
those too.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of things.
Okay, I
Oh,
come
have we
back.
decided?
I have come.
Yeah,
to
because we
come-
have just taken a short rest, so I'll have both of my spell slots back.
I do
So
have.
will Lou as well.
I do have one point to raise.
Yeah.
That
I
if
picked the point up.
if the professor.
Yeah, so are you going to cast enlarge on me?
if
Oh no, I just like Alvina like picking up the point to raise.
Yeah, pretty much what
Yeah.
she just did.
Yeah.
The point will appreciate the pun, but say, please.
Yeah, sure.
We might need to be insightful against these folks as well. How wise are you, Lou?
I will-
I've got 16 wisdom.
That's good.
Same as me.
I
How
walk.
insightful are you, though?
Plus 3.
Ooh, yeah, that's not as good as me.
I will walk up to the professor and.
Stab him.
I knew this was how it would begin. I cast Blight on Bob.
No,
Not on Zormir, on Bob.
On Bob, yeah.
I
It's become a one shot.
I whisper into his ear. I'll need that dragon if you expect me to trust you. Go in there by yourself.
What dragon?
Your clockwork dragon.
I do not have it. It is with the Oni twins.
It is actually.
All right.
That's so
I will need something of yours that's important to you.
Oh, I've got a great one.
Collateral.
I need your arm.
No, I'm whispering this to him.
I-
I'm not actually saying it loud enough for any of you to hear.
One more. Can I try to hear it? I definitely would try to listen in. Just randomly.
Zormir, how sneaky you trying to be to get the professor away? Because you are well aware that Alvina one hell of a hearing.
Mm. And also Gwent has
And
more
also
passive-
Gwen.
has more perception.
Yeah, but to
than
be
me.
fair,
Yeah.
it's Gwen.
When-
They're, yeah, they don't want to stir up trouble. So unless it's something that will get them killed, I don't think they care.
Nope.
What to do with that weird mercenary company?
So
Don't talk about
yeah,
them.
Zormir, give me a charisma stealth.
Oh.
Let's see how good at this you are.
That's probably why I didn't want to be the one. So just a charisma check, or
Yep, if you don't have proficiency of stealth, just a charisma check.
Right.
I do love an old-fashioned charisma stealth to try and act innocuous.
11.
Mm.
Olvina,
Nah.
what's your passive insight?
As
Ooh.
insight,
Ooh.
Yeah, what's your insight modifier? Add it to 10.
11.
Oh, eyes narrow. Mm. I see.
Status quo means, so because you were in a group discussion and Alvina was keeping an eye on you and listening to you,
Mm.
you just watch, she just follows you and just doesn't stop staring at you as you go over to the professor. I should just stare you dead in the eye
Just
as you're
staring.
trying to talk to the professor.
Wait,
What would you like to do?
where is she? Where is she? I need to drag. No, that's fuck you. Where's Alvina?
Just holding
There.
Emmy, just like imagine stroking Emmy.
There.
Yeah. Just
oh,
petting at me.
bloody hell, Alvina! Personal space.
No.
Okay, I understand the logistics of we're spending more of our energies and magics to send in Lou, but like I said, I'm not too trusting of you right now, so I would need some assurances of you leaving something with
I
us.
cannot gain your trust unless you begin to trust me. It's not like I can exactly walk away, is it? We are deep within enemy territory, and I want this as much as you.
Also,
So,
technically, your main
for
job
now-
here is to keep an eye on Assassin, who's going to be with the party.
Yes, also that.
Yeah, actually, we should send the professor in.
Ooh. How about this?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Assassin's my thing I can't give up. So here you go. Here's
Wait,
Assassin.
Yeah, absolutely. We should send the professor in, and then when they
Yeah.
die, I'm free.
How about this? I will give you my eye, my recording eye. I will be able to see through it,
Can I hold
and
it?
you can keep it trained on Assassin.
Can I hold
This
it?
way, we will trust each other. You may not ever hold anything I own, because I do not want it contaminated with your eldritch nonsense. I do not
buddy.
want to see visions of terror
Point.
and morphing walls.
Alvina holds out her hand.
No,
Probably shouldn't have eaten all those rats then, buddy.
no, Point. You take this.
Yes.
The point also holds out his hand. Yeah.
Point.
I
You
will
go.
give it. I trust the point. Well, rather, I distrust the point the least.
Basically, the next few scenes is literally just the little squid boy trying to steal it from the point, and the point every single time, like really obviously clocking it and just being like, no.
Moving
Why?
it away slightly.
Just shuffling it back a little bit and then just being like huffy about the whole thing.
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably a smart idea because of what Alvina was gonna do with the eye. She's gonna feed
You're going to put it in the
Susie.
bag.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna.
Susie.
I was when you said that I wasn't allowed to touch anything. My immediate thought is, well, I've got to put it in my mouth now.
Yeah,
Oh.
someone is going in someone's stomach.
I am going to be studying it, just not invasively, just kind of looking at it, seeing how it
Take
works.
it apart.
I assumed Alvina was
Okay.
going to try and eat it, I'll be honest.
They're just gonna feed it to Susie. It's way more entertaining.
Okay. If you're doing this, you know your job is to send those 3 guard over to us, take control of the cannons, and once we've dealt with them, we will come join you.
Don't shoot anyone.
Do your best not to shoot anyone. You only have a minute.
Oh, you should shoot them.
So
No,
we
no,
will...
don't
Go
shoot
go
the
buck
people.
wild.
Don't
Oh
shoot
yeah, only shoot the ones that look like you, so they shoot you too.
Assassin,
Yeah.
I may need you to cast tongues on Lou as well, just to can
when
make
this
the...
inevitably goes wrong.
No, because if he makes a convincing discussion of them fighting still here, they'll at least not realize that there isn't a battle and fall into our trap.
Right. So you need something from me. Right, we're back to the start
Yes,
again.
I will pay
Uh-huh.
you for your trouble. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. What's it
And
gonna? What are you
So
gonna
you
give
will
me?
pay them, but you will not even trust me.
Well,
I
you
see.
I mean,
did
I'm very
steal
honest.
the energy
I'm very
from.
upfront.
You did steal the energy from the tomb thing that I used, which interfered, and you seem to withhold information. I get why you're withholding it, but
I'm a
that is
decent,
still
honest liar, Professor.
Yeah.
there is
They've-
still
they've
the,
all-
I am a spy master.
Exactly. Zero reason to trust you.
I don't believe you're a spy master. No spy master would ever say they're a spy master.
Yeah, sounds fake, buddy.
You're
Hmm.
the stand-in for the spy
Unless
master.
they were doing a triple bluff.
No,
Yes,
they're the stand-in
unless-
for the
Oh,
spy
that's
master.
that
That means
is.
they're just some random grunt, and the spy master's actually watching us now.
Oh damn! You have seen through my puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wednesday is
You are.
I
You are the
don't.
smartest.
Okay, I don't care right now. I just need us to get ready for this trap and everything go as smoothly as we can without things going wrong.
Fine. Okay, you owe me, and I'll cast tongues on Lou.
Okay.
I will tell you.
But, like, remember that we've not set a term, so you didn't offer me anything. So Assassin has decided that you just owe them. What that
Assassin?
is.
Favor. Yeah.
I will pay you one secret.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What level are we talking? Give me a proper currency here.
It is
Your
a
first
secret.
guess.
It is about you. It is.
About
Yeah,
me?
it's a secret about you.
Wait, what? About me?
You have a secret that you don't know about?
Absolutely,
It's
yes.
that
yeah.
much of a secret.
That's it. You can have anything you want. That's it. Yeah.
I
You just
I
need
put a
to-
glove on and hold out a hand to shake on it.
What's this? Oh,
No.
yeah, you put your hand out to shake on it, and I'm like, okay, fine. And then you see, like, a tentacle come out from the back, and then go, well, no, wait, we do hands with this. That's how that works. But somehow the hand is just as slimy. You know?
That's what the glove is for.
Eventually, we're going to have to get assassin gloves.
Is it just dissolving the glove?
Oh,
So
yeah, it will
what-
be slightly acidic, yeah.
Oh no, these are my nice gloves. These are my nice gloves.
That's why you
You're
should
putting
have
like-
like. That's why you should have gloves like mine.
Yeah, you should never wear the nice gloves to shake my hands, sorry.
Albina's like got
Well-
pats her pocket with the rubber gloves in.
I will
The
mend them
stains are
later.
never going to come out.
Right, let's do this. I'll tell you the secret once Lou comes, or the professor comes back.
Once
so I said the
whoever's
professor
going
was-
in comes
No,
back.
can we do it just for Lou coming back? Because you know, I have a vested interest in the professor dying.
Don't
Lou's not
worry, I
going
will be
anywhere.
coming back.
Lou's not going anywhere, are they?
Yeah.
No.
Lou's not going anywhere until the professor comes back. So
Lou,
Yeah.
Lou's convincing
Oh.
them that the fight's still going on down here. The rest
This
of...
is fair.
All right, let's see what you look like then, Professor, and let's hear what you sound like when you change. How long does that last?
yeah, give me a second.
I think it's 10
30
minutes
seconds.
concentration.
Which one is it? Alter self.
Alter self, yeah.
Hour concentration.
1 hour concentration.
Okay.
Okay. So I can't guidance myself. That's a very important thing to know.
Oh yeah, guidance is concentration. Keep forgetting that.
Gwent guidance is you though.
Oh, well, that lasts
Okay.
a minute. That
You've
lasts
got
We'll
a minute
do-
to run over.
we'll do that
Just
once.
one fast.
We'll do
One
that once
fast.
we send them in, because my
Yes.
spell enlarge only lasts a minute as well.
Yes, and I can't change my size category with alter self.
That's why you're getting enlarged.
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna set an ambush up with.
But before we do, what exactly am I saying? Because I'm
You're
I'm
saying
not
that
good
the
at
battle.
the-
There's a battle outside against
Mhm.
the Dryads or something, and we
There's
need
a
more.
fight in the weird garden place.
There's a fight in the weird garden place or something, and we need you guys to go out there and help.
We need reinforcements.
Need
basically.
reinforcements.
Slightly better. Are you better at deception or persuasion?
deception. I will be deceived.
Okay.
So, to say the
But don't
Dryad's
say there are
back,
some
we
noise
need to use
causing trouble. That's the truth.
say something. There's a
There's
battle
literally
outside, and
just-
we need to reinforcements.
There's a lot of enemies just attacking in the garden. We need reinforcements. Just do it simple. They're ogres. They're if the last group was anything to go by.
You should probably describe it as the Noid trap too,
Yeah, that's
not
a
the
good one.
garden. Mhm.
Yeah, the Noid trap.
Hmm.
And we need to set
Okay.
up within a distance that he can get there in a minute, and we can ambush
How many
them.
ropes? How many ropes do we
So-
have left?
After that, I am taking control of the cannons rather than coming back to help you.
Yes, hold the cannon so that if there is anyone else there, you have a way to fight them back, and we can get to you.
Won't they just ask, why aren't you coming with us?
Yeah, just
Hmm.
come back with it. Come back with
I
it.
mean, it would
Maybe
be
look
my first
injured.
question.
I have an
Maybe
idea.
look injured.
I can alter myself to make my Oni form look injured, and I
Yeah,
mentally
ideal.
remember the one. So the one that ran away, that was gonna alert the troops before
Yeah.
Alvina just
Throws it
destroy
You-
them. Yeah.
Yes, you also say you're going to raise the alarm, so that
Oh, and I'll continue on.
yes,
Yeah, perfect.
it's
We
better
need to get
than
more reinforcements. That's a good call here.
I like it. I'm liking this more and more.
that was my initial plan for what to do and what to say. Let's do this.
Anyone have any? How many ropes do we
Leroy!
have left? Yeah. How many ropes do we have left?
How many ropes? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why?
We could use the charismatic rock as a rope swing and kill one of them.
Yes.
We could use the chains we've got to attack them as they come.
The ogre chains to
Yeah.
attack ogres. That's irony.
Or just have the
I do
ogre,
still have 50 feet of rope.
and Lou's
Hey,
got the repairing rope.
The
Yeah.
other repair. Yeah, well, Alvino start like making swing, basically like a full-on pulley thing. Essentially, just swing a rock down and just back at about ogre head height.
We also have ogres. Oh my god! So we're basically playing the Ewoks versus the Stormtroopers.
Yes.
Oh my
But
god!
If the
We also
point
have
sees
the-
Alvina trying this, he will help with his artistry.
Yeah, we
Yay.
also have
Just make
those,
a successful trap.
those ogres in jars. The heads, rather the
Oh,
troll.
the trolls.
Hmm.
Troll heads.
But yeah,
Could
we
maybe
use the
bust one of
troll-
those out.
Actually, fuck you's gone. Who
fuck
wants
you.
to throw the troll heads? We need to at least see what they do as well.
Me.
You.
I want to do
Okay. How's your throwing arm?
it. Very good.
Good.
Yep.
Alvino doesn't question it in any way, even though
Yeah,
he's
I was
probably
gonna
alive.
say, they don't have very good strength. They have good decks, so I can't. Also, mostly because that is definitely a nuclear policy, and I feel like I might be the most measured party member left to not throw the
Gosh.
ogres.
Okay. We
Measured.
Right, do I actually have to make a check to set this trap up, by the way? Because I think
There we go.
traps are usually survival, right?
Yeah, if you're setting up a Hoboloam trap, go ahead and give me a survival check. With the help of artificers at hand, go ahead and have an advantage.
Yeah.
You guys have enough both
13.
survival and mechanical knowledge between you. It's an unlucky trap. We'll see what happens.
It's not a complicated trap. It is a rope and a piece of and a big chunk of rock. So hopefully it didn't take much.
It's a basic trap, but
Is it like a dollar or an Archimite in the center of the thing that's just gonna pull them? Oh, look! Wait, hold on. This could be a trap. Yeah, I see people hiding behind that rock there. That very charismatic looking rock.
Yeah. Alvinius has written bonk on the rock.
You've turned into fucking. Oh
Tiny
god.
Tina.
You're turning into Jinx here.
I've been Wile E. Coyote.
She's Jinx and Vi simultaneously. Don't
Oh,
question it.
we love Wile E. Coyote energy, honestly. Like, absolutely. We sell the Wile E. Coyote energy.
You seem to have dropped out.
And
of
also,
low
anyone who's
20s
not seen
here.
Arcane, I highly recommend Arcane. It is a beautiful masterpiece of storytelling, and you should definitely go see it.
10 out of 10
Yeah.
shows.
Seems so
100%.
good.
One of the very
Good
few
writing.
shows I call a 10 out of 10.
That's fair. I can agree with
Absolutely
that.
no one has a good time, and yet it's a good time to watch.
He's awesome. I don't know. I can think of a couple characters I might have a good time, to be honest. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Go on, Professor, you've got a minute. Oh, and also, don't get hit in the head by the trap. Make sure one of them is in front of you.
No, he's
Hey,
staying there.
Professor, what's your passive perception?
My passive.
Pretty good, right?
21.
Yeah, it's fine. You see that 13 trap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think you have to worry about it. Okay,
I would hope so.
so presumably you guys are doing this kind of part way down the corridor to the entrance just because you only got a minute and you don't want to maximize the amount of time Professor has
Yeah.
in case something goes wrong. We'll find out.
Yeah, it's like
something
they
goes wrong.
cast the spell magic.
One of them just has true sight.
All right.
Let me
so
just check the stat block I randomly pulled up for these slave masters because this isn't actually something I created. Nah, you'll be fine. Amazing enough.
Okay.
Slave masters don't have true sight. Alrighty then. Then Professor, drag yourself, or whoever's going with the Professor. If it's just the Professor, drag yourself onto the map as you approach the ogres. I'll
It's
get
just
a
the
little bit of
Professor.
information from you in a second.
Where's the entrance, by
And
the way?
this
I have
stuff up.
curiosity.
It's It's
the
vaguely here.
entrance is here.
It
Yeah.
is that entrance. Okay, I was checking.
We don't
Yeah,
really
it goes
have.
off into a tunnel. So there is space and like a tunnel between the two maps, as there is for most maps, just because that way it gives a bit of sense of actual scale to it. But it's boring, useless tunnel that doesn't matter because it's not story relevant.
Mm.
It just has some slightly chilly walls and pieces of ogre, possibly.
Yeah, and it kind of twists and turns for a little bit. I think it's about 500 feet of tunnel that connects the two caverns. As the mines are a little bit in. But Professor, wow, you've already sneaked past them so well.
Oh, sorry, I'm just
Actually
using my
resize
phone.
you.
Yeah, I'm using my phone.
Oh, that's
so
fine,
I
I'll move
can't-
you. You were enlarged, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be enlarged, and yeah, so turn 1 would be me absorbing bonus action, keeping it for myself. Then I'd be enlarged, and then I'd cast it on myself because it doesn't affect my size.
No, that's it. Awesome.
And
Okay.
I make myself look sufficiently injured. Yeah.
What Alvina did to the Oni. It's just
yeah,
like, you know what the injured
yeah.
Oni looks like.
I know what an injured Oni looks like. by now.
Remember, you're enraged right now.
Oh. No, they have regeneration. So maybe I've regenerated just
Enough
up to
to
above
get away.
the point of raging.
Yeah, let's not have them. Let's not complicate this anymore.
Yeah, you
More
come, I
complications.
imagine charging out of the kind of entrance that I think I said something about either 15 to 20 radius because I didn't want it too big. The size of a Jeep could get through it. That twists and turns, and as you kind of come out, and suddenly this entrance kind of expands out into this cavern that you see before. You can hear the ringing of pickaxes against both kind of stone and occasional chip of an ore, as well as just kind of a murmur of kind of grunts and muffled kind of grumblings of dissatisfaction and aches and pains and a couple groans. It's a very kind of depressing atmosphere. You can kind of feel the subjugation in the air. And as you're kind of coming closer to this group of ogres, you spot them immediately kind of lounging about. Two of them are standing up. One of them is kind of sitting down on the floor next to the caskets, kind of just pouring occasionally, picks up the entire casket and kind of pours it into his mouth. The two standing ones are kind of standing by the cannons, but they're kind of glancing around occasionally, but mostly looking at themselves. They don't appear to have noticed anything wrong. But as you kind of come running down, and are you trying to put on like a show of running down? Are you attempting to be stealthy in any way? How would you like to approach them? It'll depend on how quickly they see you.
I'm not being stealthy. I'm making it look like I'm bolting in their direction. I'm gonna wave an arm.
Calling out as soon as you see them, or are you waiting until you're closer to them to like say anything?
As soon as I see them glance in my direction, so they don't shoot at me, I'm gonna sort of wave my arm, and as soon as they sort of clock me, I'm gonna yell. No, I don't want them to chain reaction sort of yell to that guy. So 40 feet, 30 feet.
I don't need exactly. I just needed a rough flavor to know how they would react.
Oh yeah, so I wave my arm and attack by the Noid trap.
Yeah, that's fine. As you're coming at them, and they do.
Army throws 3 of the guys. Oh god!
As they clock you, they immediately kind of straighten up and scramble to their feet. There's an immediate kind of, oh shit, somebody of a superior status is shown up. As they all suddenly kind of straight back, pretend to be like actually doing their jobs. The guy who was drinking, like you see him scrambling to his feet, kind of pretending nothing's happened. He definitely was doing his job.
Oh, I get that with my insight.
What's your insight?
16 passive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're
They're not subtle about this. They're like scrambling. Anybody with more than an 8 would get that. As they immediately scramble up, and what is the?
Then my tact might change.
The Oni King's status. Yeah, I'm just gonna go over the classic beat in the chest as they kind of beat their chest at your approach, almost in a salute.
Gladiator salute.
Ah.
Like,
Roman sort of salute.
yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine I'm knowledgeable of giants. So as I get there.
This would be Oni King Pacific, and I think this would be kind of the limit of what. Well, actually, give me a history check. You have done some reconnaissance on the Oni King, but it hasn't been directly involved in any of your past missions.
Story.
And you've been preoccupied with studying the people who are actually relevant to your missions.
No advantage.
Not for something like this.
Should not be on. History. Watch out.
If you do roll advantage, I'm just going to take the left.
Think you're good.
In your obsessiveness, you have studied at least kind of the basic military tenets around the Oni King and their salute. So you recognize this as the Oni King's kind of just very basic salute.
I return it. Under attack. The Noid trap. Go.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
I was trying to be deceptive.
Nope, they fully believe that you are who you say you are.
Oh.
Fuck.
This is actually a persuasion for something else.
Oh.
Damn it. Persuasion at advantage.
No.
That's a bearing round.
Face.
Sorry.
Bam!
What
Ooh,
did I roll?
9.
The perform 9 you got here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the same modifier. Can we take the 21?
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
They look to maybe
I'm on my
be about
phone.
to kind of almost question, not necessarily you or question you, but maybe like provide a suggestion of something else. As they kind of look backwards towards the other side of the cavern that is just out of your line of sight. Even with your greater line of sight, I'll just reveal it a little bit more. There's kind of some rocks and passageways kind of block off your sight a little bit. You can see.
Seeing them look in that direction, I'll say, "I'll alert the others. Go deal with it." We'll back
As
you
they
up."
kind of immediately nod, because that's pretty much what you guessed correctly. They were essentially going to ask,
Yes, man.
should we go get like somebody more powerful? But they don't. They kind of stop. You put them in their place, and they just nod and immediately start chugging off down the passage. So yeah, as they start moving away from you and down the passage, what would you like to do? What would you like to do before you lose line of sight? Would you like to follow them or continue on?
Neutralize the cannons.
How far away are the party?
About 500 to 600 feet if they are set up right outside, and you're a couple feet into the cavern at this point. But the gap between the caverns is 500.
We'd be right where that the turn off is. Like there's a hard, there was like the hard turn.
That's what I was imagining because it's a good ambush spot. So you're probably about maybe 550 because you had to go a little bit into the cavern to talk to them.
How
My job was to secure the cannons.
much?
How long did it take me to get here? Though?
Yeah, because that matters because the enlarge reduce and other things will disappear if he.
Depends entirely on your movement, but I had assumed you'd done this about maybe 100 foot from the exit, and the rest of the party kind of went backwards.
Yeah, Albina can carry the rest of the party back if it really matters, and she's fast. So.
You can go 60 around, and it's a minute. Did you say?
Yeah.
So you get 10 rounds. So for 100, you're probably looking at 3-4 rounds, maybe 5. So I'm going to say at least half your time there.
Okay. I can't think of anything right now. My job was to secure the cannons. What noids are nearby?
You can see them on the map. I'm just going to use default, unless you want a ratio profile of all of them. You can see a group of them kind of towards the center here that are just kind of either carrying equipment or towards this cart or going to the various kind of what appear to be mining stations almost. They're pretty spread out. You can see all of them have these kind of thick iron chains around their feet that are tied together with just enough slack that they can like kind of move reasonably well, but you don't think they'd be able to run in them.
Mm-hmm.
And they've also got these chains around their arms, but they have a much more kind of give so that they could like swing a pickaxe.
It's just more to weight them down than actually like restrain them. Those, yeah.
Right.
They're not tied to each other or to any location.
I would like to examine the cannons while there are no any other ogres or oni nearby, so that I know how they work. So that it doesn't just explode in my face. If more of them come by and I'm like, oh shit, kaboom.
God, what is it to study a cannon? Do you have weapons proficiency of any kind?
Let me see. I have. No, I'm a. Well,
Master, right?
I've got simple.
Oh.
Simple weapons, tinker's tools, and I'm
Tinker's tools,
well
okay.
versed. And I'm well versed in ancient practices. Question mark.
Tinker's tools.
With Tinker's tools, it'll at least allow you to make a check. It'll be a slightly high DC. If you have,
And I'm an inventor background. What does that give me actually? That must
I
give me
think you
something.
can make an innate little object. I think that's what it does. Inventor, doesn't it? It's like you can make like a music box or something every so often. I think that's.
I'll at least lower it to be an easy check because you do have the necessary kind of knowledge. Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Investigation. Contribution.
We'll say DC 13.
Investigation check.
Yep.
I cannot fail.
Hey.
Beautiful. Then with your background and the fact you have Tinkerer's tools, it gives you enough knowledge of how these are rudimentary cannons, how they would work. They look pretty old. You can see a little bit of rusting here and there, and they haven't done a particularly good job of like upkeeping them. So there is always the chance it might misfire if you rolled a critical failure. But apart from that, the mechanics of them are pretty simple. Of load a cannonball, or load some gunpowder, load a cannonball, light a fuse, go to town.
It was
What's
me.
the sort of
It was me thinking
reload?
it'd be like the Paul Cork cannons. It was like just a really.
They would have to reload properly, and you would only be able to fire once as an action.
Oh, it's a once per round cannon. Okay.
It's a
Yeah,
cannon.
okay.
I thought
Cannon.
it's a cannon. You know how long piratical cannons took to load? It's like a minute.
Do you know how long a D&D cannon takes to load?
A minute?
It's a minute. Well,
Oh.
it's not a minute. It's a round. It's an action.
Round. Yep.
Even,
Because they
eas-
balance loading weapons like so they're usable.
even easier
Not
when you have
Pathfinder
someone who
usable.
knows how to use them.
Not Pathfinder usable, but they are usable.
Did
Even someone who's an
they
expert at making them.
Mhm.
did they leave anything nearby on the ground?
Ale.
No, they don't have weapons. While there is a rack of weapons, they look incredibly rusty and not well kept. They also look like they haven't actually been used in a little while. There's obviously cannonballs kind of littering the place and whatever these two casks are, but you aren't seeing anything else. Actually, you know what? There might be some like a flint rock next to the cannon just to light it. Because they need something. They can't innately light it, so there'd have to be something nearby.
Flint and
Okay.
steel, basically. Kind of
The
thing.
weapons, while not great, they still look swingable, right?
Yeah, they'd still be functional. They just aren't particularly sharp. They'd be your very basic, like, long sword or short sword, maybe an axe here or there, a couple pickaxes.
Okay.
Are they sized for giant creatures or
For noids.
not humanoids?
That's a great question.
It's a fair question.
DM doesn't
Probably
consider differences and sizes.
Could there be a healthy mix so that if I wanted to say start a
You know what? Just for that, they're all long. They're all great. They're all long swords and great swords that are ever so slightly larger than normal long swords and great swords, but also still pretty small for giants. They're the mega long great swords that you only ever see like strength 20 characters wielding.
It's like Cloud Sword level.
They are anime sized
It's
swords.
It's Lorcan's sword. It's the rocket powered great sword.
Mhm.
God damn it! I
Grognar.
look around for this universe's Lorcan and Grognar.
Oh god. Just,
And I
just posing in a corner.
As you look around, they're all dead. They all died long ago because of the
Aw.
first ones to rebel.
Yeah, obvious. I mean, yeah, that sounds about right for those two.
Yeah.
In their head, the professor thinks, "Oh, that guy could be. Oh, but he's been dead for years. Oh well." That's
It's
okay.
just the rotting carcass of Millig still hasn't quite given up yet.
I
Millie.
refuse.
As you look around, all the individuals look, while kind of malnourished, they do look like what's left of them is actually a decent amount of muscle, purely out of just the amount of physical labor they've been doing.
Yeah.
Not particularly strong as you'd expect someone who does physical labor to be, so definitely a healthy mix of intense labor, but also not enough nutrients to actually keep up a decent bulk, as well as at least one loxodon.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. Well,
Elephant.
You look for the largest person, you see a loxodon carrying ore.
now, I do know for a fact that there is an insider here. There's an undercover agent, right?
It might be a
You do-
Loxodon,
yes.
apparently, by the fact that the only noteworthy one has been mentioned.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just think a
since-
loxodon's noteworthy.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
would the rebellion have any sort of tattoos, or would it solely be the hand gestures and the rebellion count?
He has a headband that says Rebellion on it.
There would be
There's a
any
little
tattoos
golden-
that are
The
visible,
backwards are.
but there is definitely iconography as part of your rebellion cant. But you would need to spend time actually looking about, as from a glance here, even with your passive perception, you don't see it in this vicinity.
Okay.
And also, you only have like half a minute before your spells go down, so
Yeah.
you only have to take a quick glance.
I can't imagine I can do much. I'll just maintain the cannons, wait for my party member to back me up, and I'm going to cast message at the Loxodon and say, "Be ready. The liberation has begun. But continue doing what you're doing for the time being.
Don't give anything away.
Don't give anything away. The liberation is at hand. We are
Not
from
yet.
the rebellion."
Hey, he didn't
You
freak
are the
out.
saboteur.
Oh, God. Traitor.
You just get a one, and you just see the loxodon looking around, and then be like, "The rebellion! The rebellion is here! Guards! Guards!"
What?
I'm saying you don't see that.
Oh,
You
Didn't
Yeah,
roll.
you kind of mumbled the if you'd gotten a one, so it did take me a second to go. Wait, that happened?
We
I
didn't
heard
even.
that, and
I don't think
heard
any
that,
of
and I
heard
assumed-
that.
I heard it, and then I heard him do it. I was like, wait, did I mishear? And did I say, this
I
happened?
didn't hear the one. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you see the loxodon with a
Is that
very
the one?
quizzical, confused look on their face, not entirely sure what's happening. You kind of see them freeze in place. But with that, what are you going to do as you get towards the end of your spell? What was for the minute? The large and reduce?
You've
one of
also
the other
got
spells.
guidance. for a
Guidance,
minute.
that was the one that was on.
I can't think of what to do.
No, that's fair. You
Um,
have your disguise spell still up, the alter self, and that lasts an hour, I believe.
or yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just
So you're
have
only
one.
going to shrink. As you shrink, give me a charisma stealth check.
I could be a diminutive Oni.
Well, they do have
Charisma
shape-shifting
stealth.
abilities, so it's not actually unreasonable.
Yeah,
It just depends on how good you are at like not freaking out as it happens.
Um,
how
I-
good are you at playing this up?
do I have advantage?
You do not.
All right.
The fact that you were disguised is the only thing allowing you to do this.
16.
good. As you do it, you kind of maybe get out of line of sight of any of like the ogres or anything, and you look like you're kind of maybe like peeling over a cannon or something, because they are kind of, while they're large, they're small cannons for a giant. They look like kind of just like slightly larger normal cannons. You kind of peer meaningful at them as you shrink, almost as if you've shrunken down to get a better look, maybe.
Yeah. Right before I shrink, I kneel beside the cannon, and then as I shrink, I just steadily stand up so that it appears I'm staying the same height. I'm intelligent enough to do that.
That's fair. I'll take it with a 16. That's good enough for me.
Yeah,
As you do
that's
so, let's actually switch screen back to the party then. As
Is it a wall?
running into view, as you guys are all kind of in your position, prepared to either side, you've got your traps kind of set up in this area, mostly so that way I can just have the minis on the map.
Just having to assassin going, wait, we actually have to fight? No, that's bullshit.
Not Patrol Emmy, no.
I put my character.
Let me, just Emmy's stats here.
I put my character at the point where you
Okay.
just put a character over
Holy-
the top of it. Zormi's underneath the grenade.
Zormi's just been squished.
I just found out that Emmy is actually scary because it tells me the hit points of whatever it is.
I actually don't even remember what Emmy's hit points were. Oh, damn.
100 and something, yeah. 136.
This is good.
I am a shrub with more health than me. I'm happy.
I'm all out of second level spells, by the way, gang. It's
Good to know.
it's good. I can't miss the step anymore.
I wish my pot of plants had more health than me. Oh,
I think that plant might have more than double the health that I currently have. So we
I mean,
at
it's
least
getting close to.
Alvina might be the only person to look at something as horrifying as that and just go like, yes, this is
Aw.
friend.
Two of Alvina's pets have a lot more health than her.
Alvina
Yes.
looked at assassin and went, "Yes, his friend."
Okay, now give me a rough idea. You were doing basic dex traps, right?
This is fair.
In terms
Yeah,
of saves.
basic, just
Pit
like
traps.
cave person traps, essentially.
That's fine. You guys
Basically,
are
yeah.
tier 2. I feel like you don't have the resources necessary to make this a deadly trap, so I'm going to make this a dangerous trap, though.
Yes.
So this will be 4d10 damage. But more importantly, I just want to see how likely these guys are to maybe survive a round or two. I don't think they'll win, since you guys will most likely get a surprise round, although they are coming into a potentially known danger scenario. So we'll see if they fail for the trap or not.
They think the danger's up further, though, because they did say the trap.
They do, which is why I was considering giving you a surprise, but I think I'll see if they fail the trap or not to decide that.
Okay.
They
I
fail
think
it, you'll
that
get a surprise round. If not, then they'll be immediately alerted to danger.
Yeah.
So with that said, let me double check their saving throws since I'm using a pre-made stat block here. Do they gain any advantages or anything? Nope, so this will just be a flat deck save. And you did a 13, so I'm going to make the DC a 13.
Come on, Big Rock.
Right, so they get a +4 to this.
Jeez.
Also, you'll find that Assassin takes a really big interest in making traps. Reactivating an old hobby.
One passed.
Okay, so as the first one comes through and your trap starts swinging into place, you see them bring up the two bracers of defense around their arms, kind of smack into the first trap and actually do a flip over it, landing down on their feet in a very, as the party would recognize in their adventuring days,
Hero
a
pose.
startlingly monk-like appearance.
Oh no.
Oka Ninja.
Hero pose.
As
Hero
the two
pose.
ogres
Oh,
behind
martial arts
them
adept.
don't gain the same luxury of actually being able to see the trap before it kind of starts swinging towards them, as the first only obscured it, and both of them are immediately smacked into with the trap.
Big Rock.
He
just
did a
presses
hero
the-
landing. He did a hero landing. Did you see it?
just imprints,
Not very
it
practical, though.
Imprints the word bonk on their face.
Cast message. It doesn't reach you, but for the memes, the professor speaks out into the void. I have sent the ogres on their way. They should be with you soon.
Also, Assassin's currently pointing out to Alvina that bonk is now spelled backwards on the Oni's face, as is the nature of stamps.
Damn. It works.
Yeah,
I'll write it.
you
I'll-
gotta
I'll write it
reverse
back-
it next time. Yeah,
I'll write it backwards next time.
we'll workshop it.
But since I am a merciful DM, I'm going to give the two that got hit strength saves to potentially go prone.
Yay.
Monk.
Fact that you're alive, James, for most of the campaigns until it's your
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, I know.
That's why. However, ooh, interesting. As one of them is
Bingo.
immediately, the first one to get hit is immediately knocked prone from the sudden impact. Let's do a slippery image there. He's been knocked prone. But the second one, watching, kind of getting smacked in the face by the slightly slowed momentum, it having kind of been slowed a tiny bit by the first one, kind of like jumping over it and kind of gliding against it. But a lot of that impact going into hitting the first one. As the second one just takes grip off it from their face and just snaps the giant like log tree over their knee. Now I'm going to assume you use like one of the decaying trees, so it's not as impressive.
We used a big rock. We used the charisma
Well,
rock.
I used the charisma rock now.
Yeah.
As you watch them break the charisma rock in half.
Charisma rock!
No, it was too handsome to die.
Second
No.
fatality in the campaign.
Oh my god!
Never use minions as your traps.
Oh my gosh, Charisma Rock, we sent you into danger.
Does mean that we
I
can now
did
collect
this.
Ton of Charisma Rock.
God, take us
I
back
You
to
want
the
wait, no,
companion.
no,
do shit in combat, they can die in combat.
I
Take the
did
professor
No,
this.
let's-
instead, not charisma rock.
No,
He
no,
was
guys,
so
it's okay. We now have 2 charisma rocks.
We have a few charisma rocks.
Yeah,
We have
more
charisma
pocket-sized Charisma Rocks.
We can have one each.
What are we
Charisma
gonna
gravel.
tell Charisma Rock's children?
Charisma rocks
those,
children.
Charisma
Charisma
Rocks
rocks
children.
sacrificed themselves and.
Valiantly died in battle, striking a blow against the Oni King.
We
What
cut
is
Because
it?
the because the latter
sideways into
two-
the future
Yeah.
to
because the latter two failed,
funeral.
they are going to be surprised and effectively, I'm going to say stunned. They're not mechanically stunned. It's just that's the English word. They are going to be surprised
Sure.
for the next round. But I'm going to have you all roll initiative just for that first round or two, just to get a rough idea of how well you could take them down, to see if a combat is actually necessary. So everyone, go ahead and roll me initiative, and the first
Ooh.
ogre.
You went.
Let's go ahead.
But see, the ogres go just after Alvina. I'll swerve briefly for a moment there.
Come on, assassin, bring her average up.
Get a natural 20, assassin. Get a 23, I think.
Just because while these guys,
Yes!
Power.
Just brung her average up at least.
But he's a witch. Burn him.
I feel like this is obvious.
Well, I should be burnt.
Yes.
Yes.
and
I'm
we'll
definitely
throw.
not taking this statement back. No, absolutely not.
We'll throw the professor over here, just so the professor can have a round in case they need to retreat back to the party.
Mm.
It is unlikely, but Professor, go ahead and roll me initiative for at least check-ins. And we can flip back to you to see what you're doing as well. See if any ogres patrols come your near way.
Oh, I can go on initiative count 20 as a 10 as
Man.
a support if you want.
When
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I honestly
It's-
just like
it's
to do it because it
average.
gives me a reminder to actually switch back occasionally.
The
That's fine.
professor is
Like-
here.
You are here. Your
But yes,
party is
the
there.
first ogre slave master who kind of landed on their feet and with their 2 bracers of defense, kind of immediately starts glancing it down and getting into a fighting stance. It appears that they have they're not as unintelligent as you initially assume. Oh wow, they've got a +4 wisdom. They have an 18 wisdom. They immediately know something's up. Assassin, it's your turn. It's obvious the ogres have detected your traps. What would you like to do?
Right, okay. What do I want to do? We're killing these lads, right?
And these 2 are surprised.
Leave him edible.
How do I hunger?
Tenderize them.
Will I just hunger of Hadar?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, like that vibe for
Yeah,
everyone.
put it.
Oh,
Either
good.
that or Sleet Storm. What do you want?
Put Hunger of Hadar so it hits all of them, but it leaves the space in front of him clear, so I can go beat the shit out of it.
That sounds good. Beat the shit out of them, and everyone else, if you have any pushback spells, just push them back into it. Cool, let's go. I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar. Let's do it.
Ah!
I will need what is it? A 20-foot circle. What's that called? Sphere. There we go. I was like, what's the one where it's a circle, but it's circle all the way around?
A circle all the way around.
Yeah, it's a circle, but all the way around. It's not flat.
Just in
No,
front.
a plump circle
And I
is
will
what I
need
meant.
a
It's
dex
a thick
save
circle.
for 14.
So just about there would
circle.
get
On
them
the
all.
left.
And
Yep, that's fine. It's a dex save. And
Oh,
hilariously, the one prone rolls a critical fail.
One of them saves because the 14.
They have a +4.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they'll save.
So the two of them save, the critical one fails. And this is just the cold damage for now.
So cold damage when they start in it, acid damage when they end, I believe. I'll check.
Oh, yeah, so they don't actually take the damage at the start of their turn.
Yes, it's difficult terrain. Any creature takes 2d6. Starts its turn, takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn must. Oh, actually, the cold damage is just they take that when they start their turn. But if they end their turn in the area, they have to succeed on this dex save or take acid damage. So they take
Okay.
the cold regardless.
But that won't be till the start of their turn,
Yep.
so we're going to do that afterwards, just because there is a chance it might impact if Alvina just kills one of them.
Also, all creatures in the area are fully within the area are blinded.
So that'll just be for the back two, since the first one's half in
because
and half
no
out.
light can, magical or otherwise, can illuminate the area.
That's fine. Is that your turn?
I guess as a bonus action, I'll go hide.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do so. You do that, Alvina. It is your turn. It appears you're trapped
wow.
while having been a moderate success, hasn't been a full success. What would you like to do?
I'm actually running quite low on rages because I haven't had a long rest for a little bit. So I'm not going to rage.
Mhm.
I'm going to just rush that one. Just stay just outside of the Hunger of Enough. And chop him to bits.
All right,
Hopefully.
go for it.
I've got a reckless still, though.
Let's find out.
28.
It does not matter what the hell this guy has. A 28 hits, and they take the full damage,
Nice.
which is 15, I believe. There we go.
Yep.
Takes it.
Second swing. 26.
26, again, similarly, just takes the full damage. You're beating into them, but they seem, just with the amount of fat on their body, while you're getting a good punch in, you can
They're
just feel
padded.
yourself kind of punching in to a kind of massive flabby surface that's just, they seem to just have this natural kind of armor and kind of sponginess to them, just given their nature as ogres.
You
Yeah,
clicked
it's
the
fair.
rage one. Well, there, Jimmy. You had clicked
What?
you clicked your damage rage one.
Oh, I did. Lower the damage
Oh,
by 3.
At 3.
Yeah.
All right.
It's because I'm used to clicking the rage one.
All right. Is that your,
14
any other
instead.
attacks?
Third attack. 28.
28 hits. They take another 12.
And that is all Alvina's got.
All right. At the start of their turn, they take the damage. Let me just see what this is. And that was 9 cold damage. They don't have anything against that, so they just immediately take it.
Mhm.
Let's see how wise they are to recognize the fact that, oh, this probably implies the Onis are dead. If the wild girl is now attacking them. So they do have a +4 here. They don't have any proficiencies or anything. That's fine.
No.
Okay, so the leader who's actually being impacted you, which makes sense because the other two, while they've been sprung into the trap, they haven't actually seen you because it's obscuring territory.
Yeah.
But the ogre who's able to see you and remembers the professor's description of a wild girl killing everyone,
One woman army, I think it was.
a
Wasn't it?
one-woman army, because you're the only one he can see, is going to connect the dots with that 23 wisdom check and realize, oh shit, the one-woman army has bypassed and killed the Onis. Now, and the ogres know how powerful and how much more powerful those Oni brutes are to them.
This has gone better than I ever could have imagined. They're gonna kill Alvina or run away into my cannons that I'm loading right now.
They are going to shout out, and since I don't believe any of you have Giant or Tongues currently active,
Blue does.
what does Blue have it active?
Yeah.
Blue has tongues active, yeah, because it can't.
And that lets you understand as well, right?
Yeah.
The ogre, the front ogre slave master is going to bellow out. What would they call you? Because for language reasons, they don't actually have demon in their terminologies. Ooh, what would a giant consider a threat?
Dragon?
Angelic spawn.
No, but you, because they're also looking at you, and you're very nature, but you're also annoyed. However, you're also infused with nature, and there is a nature celestial outpost.
I've got glowing green eyes as well, if that helps. Like red
Go for it,
tattoos, glowing green eyes, glowing swords.
Oh, carried woof.
I think I think they're just going to refer to you as the Banshee of Death.
Yay! I'll take that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alvina,
the Banshee of
Professor of
Death.
Field.
She's more. Oh, she already
real?
killed the Oni. She already killed the Oni. We're next. Retreat! Retreat!
Sage.
Luke, understanding this, just sniggers quietly himself.
But he is going to take a Actually, he's got quite a bit of health, and I think dashing is more important here. You know, he's gonna provoke an opportunity attack.
Yep.
He's not bloodied yet, so I don't think while you're powerful and he considers you powerful, he doesn't think you can kill him. Potentially, but we'll see. Ooh.
Might miss because
As he's turning around, actually, this is just from his defense. He doesn't even have to use his. You actually see him almost kind of with that kind of angelic monk-like ability. You actually see him kind of twist out of your way and flip over himself into an upright position, facing away from you, into the darkness, and then you see nothing else. You just hear the sound of feet heavy against the ground. You hear a little bit of a crashing and kind of some muffling, kind of scrapping across the ground. So let's actually go ahead, and he does have advantage on this.
yeah, he's walking into a blindness zone actually, which is difficult terrain as well.
Ooh, is it difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hunger at Hadar is difficult terrain and it's completely blind. Well, in it.
That's fine. I'm too worried about that just because they have okay survival.
That's not
but
even tripping over the others, to be honest.
I'm doing that as well because that one's actually just to see if you can persuade the other two. So let's go ahead and give this guy. Yeah, that's fine. He has a 21 with that.
Yeah.
But the 30 feet matters, so that is 10, 20, 30. The other two are going to scramble to their feet, but that takes half their movement. And while they're able to get a little bit further ahead, just how far back they are, they still had to scramble up, and they are still partially in it, so they're only going to get like an extra 15 feet further than this guy. But that does put them just kind of at the entrance of the tunnel. They've not made the hard right yet, but technically you also don't know this. That was... was that Alvina's turn? Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the Ogre Slave Master's turn. What was the radius of Hunger of Hadar?
20 foot.
20 feet, I think.
20 foot radius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll all still be in it, so they are going to have to make a save for the acid. What was the save for the acid, Kaylee?
Dex 14.
Yeah.
It was a dex. Okay.
Yeah,
plus
that's all. That's all good.
4. The one of them makes it for a 15. The others fail,
Yep.
and that'll
Okay,
be the
so that's.
second.
I guess it would be back up in the chat for the acid. I can do it again.
No,
though.
they don't. They don't actually move. They're surprised. They won't move till next round.
It's 5 acid.
They're still just there, but they are still going to take that. And that was 5 acid, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Do I roll that for each round, or is it just a flat?
I'll leave
9
it to
and
you.
5.
Technically, you can roll it if you'd like to roll.
I mean, it's 2d6, so like there is a
Fine,
chance
fine.
of it getting much higher. But
If
5
they
is
make
pretty
it, do
good
they take
already.
half or they take none?
They take. It doesn't say they take half, so I'm assuming it's an all or nothing.
Well, okay, that's fine. But they are out of sight. As I'll move that in a second.
There's another one here.
It was about 5 there. They are out of sight as they have gone into the Hunger of Hadar, but you can drop that whenever you would like. I'm pretty sure it's a free action, unless it says otherwise in the spell. Gwent, it is your turn.
It doesn't say, so it should be a free action.
Yeah, then it'll just be to drop your concentration.
Anyone can just tell me to do that if you want to do something, so let me know.
Sorry, I can see.
The bench.
Yeah, we're fine. It's everyone else. The two warlocks. This is a perfectly comfortable situation for us both.
You can
Magical
see.
darkness.
But Gwent, you have probably been informed by Lou that they're retreating and the fact that they've just ran away.
I would have also telepathically said to Gwen that they're scared of Alvina.
Most things are scared about me.
I was gonna say, I feel like that one's a given.
We got 12.
To be fair, the
With
ogres
a
did
telepathic laugh as well.
The ogres ran round the corner, got attacked by Alvina, screamed something ineligible, and then ran away. I think we can guess that they're scared of Alvina.
So yes, Gwen, what would you like to do?
Well, unfortunately, I can't see see them, so I can't do what I was going to do.
You can ask Assassin to drop it.
Yeah, they don't have
Yeah, but
concentration on that.
yeah, but if Lou and Assassin can actually see through it, is it worth just keeping them in it for a little bit?
They might know their way back easily.
No, it's more they'll gain advantage on any attacks or anything because the ogres can't see.
Yeah, and also it's difficult terrain, so they will have difficulty getting out of it. So they'll at least be slowed down a bit.
Well, only for the round. They already started running out of it this round, so they'll definitely make it out next round.
Yeah, and
Just
but
because it's
also,
only like
do
20
they
feet.
know? Did they do survivals to get out of it?
The one who wasn't surprised did, yes, and they made it for 21.
Good. Just checking, cause they blind boys now. I gotta take advantage of all of that.
That's fair.
I will move up just here, and I will hold a cantrip for when I can see an ogre.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice and easy.
Alrighty then. The point. It is your turn.
I'm also going to just sort of move forward to the corner, peek round, and hold a cantrip for when I can see an ogre.
No, that's fair. Any preference for what you'd like to do with a support round? And we'll go to the professor in a moment.
I feel like I
Assassin
can see
Vicious
where this
Mockery.
one's going.
Hold a cantrip until we can see an ogre.
Assassin, vicious. Not assassin. Fuck you. Vicious Mockery is one of the ogres.
Just mockery at the void, yeah.
Force Blue Grim.
Just out of nowhere.
Wait, no, that's only melee attacks you can force.
But is Susie's attack a cone or a
That is a line.
never mind.
Like, she can shoot in there.
Yeah, she's still trying to get one of them.
She also can't see.
Yeah, Susie's too far back and so is Gregor.
No, she could get around the corner and take a shot, but
Yeah,
They've got
she
good
could
range.
climb the
What is-
walls.
Oh, that's 6. Oh well.
But-
Anyway, what were we doing for a support round?
I think fuck you, Vicious Mockery out of nowhere is very funny.
This is mockery out of nowhere. All right, fair enough. Let's
Just whisper
go
like,
on a
my name's Big Toe, stab, stab.
My name's Big Toe. What's your name? Not Big Toe.
His name, fuck you, introduces us as
Nice,
Big
yeah.
Toe.
My name's Big Toe. If you survive, tell your people that Big Toe did this to you.
Vicious Mockery doesn't add a modifier. Does this Mockery add a modifier normally?
No. No,
It does some.
it's just D4s.
Is it just D4s?
Yeah.
Okay. That is 6 psychic damage.
They have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
They do. And also, their support action isn't actually just Vicious Mockery. It is, I had a name for this.
Spiteful Mockery.
It's Vicious Alliance, where they do 3d4 damage, but they also gave a d4 inspiration die to an ally nearby
Huh.
as part of the action. So, Alvina, have a d4.
Yay!
It's a standard Bardic Inspiration die. You do whatever the hell Bardic Inspiration die already does. I'm just going to throw 6 damage onto this one and then put the circle back. Oh, yeah. And they have disadvantage on their next attack, but to be fair, they're also running away. As we go back to the professor real quick, just for a little check-in, as you're currently looking at the cannons, it's been a maybe couple rounds since they had to go all the way down the tunnel before this happened. So this is probably after, since you got to there about half a minute, this would be just after a minute, just after you'd kind of shrunken it down. As with your passive perception, you can hear just ever so slightly, because it's over 500 feet away and there's mining equipment and like the sounds of ringing pickaxes around you. But even then, you can still hear the slight scream of Alvina attacking things.
I wonder how she is doing. Load cannon. Throw in some gunpowder. Yes. And I point that one at the entrance where the ogres are going to come. And
You
I prep
set up the
the
cannon.
next one. Yeah.
Nice.
I prep up one cannon and then I begin moving and pushing the next one into position to look down that tunnel as well.
You do so. As we turn to
they're going
Lugrim.
to hit the ogres and not my party.
Lugrim, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I shall be able to see them if I move, right?
Yeah. If you
If
can
you
see
have
for dark.
ghostly vision or
Yeah,
can
I've got
see through
devil's
dark,
sight.
then yes.
I'm presuming there will be fine without hitting any allies.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys are proficient enough for each other to know to like shoot over shoulders and to move ever so slightly out of line of sight and turn sideways.
I will Eldritch Blast the most injured one.
Yes, I'll be the
If
one who's
there
actually
is
moving
a
and wasn't
most-
surprised. I'll be the one Alvina attacked in the middle. You can see a couple. No, you can't really see many bruises yet, just because the bruises were on the front, and you currently see their back. But one of them is actively kind of moving and running away from you, and looks like a great target. Go for it. You would have advantage on these because they cannot see you, but you can see them, so you count as an unseen attacker.
Oh, no.
Daka daka.
Yeah, I almost had advantage in armor, Agathis.
Yes, the classic advantage armor back at the
28.
28. You blast that force damage into them, and they take the full 14 force damage.
Damn.
Still not bloodied yet, though.
Sorry,
What would you like to do for your second attack? Which means make your second attack. Because you don't actually get a choice. You get to do a second extra attack.
We'll do the second one. Is that advantage as well?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They haven't gained dark vision between your two attacks.
You've attacked them so hard that they've actually gained dark vision.
I can see the beam.
I
Wish you
can
could
see the second laser coming.
God, 20. The same again.
You blast into them. But I believe you only get 2 attacks, so you're only tier 2.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to do with your bonus action? I mean, you're warlock, so probably not, but there's
No.
a chance. Who knows?
Alvina, that they think that she's a banshee.
They still don't actually know there's anyone else attacking.
Alvina's just this monster that can shoot lasers out of her eye.
Oh. It's a shame they're not going to survive to tell the story. Zormir, it's your turn.
Let them live just long enough for them to scream it to the room.
Yes. Going to cast Expeditious Retreat and start chasing that guy and see how far past I can get to chase it. I'm gonna skirt the Hunger Adar down this side and go after that guy.
Fortunately, I think it actually kind of encompasses the tunnel entrance, so you will have to go through it. However, I'm also pretty sure it doesn't do damage unless you end your turn in it.
All right. So
Does it say anything about when you enter it, Kaylee?
No, it's only starting and ending your turn. The only effects that you'll be under the pressure of is the fact you can't see anything and it's difficult terrain.
Interesting. So you can pass through it with no effect.
Yeah, it's only if you start your turn or end your turn.
It's fair. You can pass through it with no effect.
because I would use my action as well.
Uh,
And
Before you do that, you want to get Assassin to drop it so you can just attack and run, and that way.
but would I
me
make
and
it to the
points
guy?
Can also. Well, I don't know what you're going to do. I assume you're going to shoot in the back of the head.
I can't
where
shoot.
are you?
The
10,
problem is
20,
I'm reduced
30.
to melee now, so I have to run at them.
They're definitely more than 30 feet away.
And remember, people are holding their action to cantrip at them, so we would want them to still be in line of sight for that. So I can drop it
Mhm.
because they won't be starting or ending their turn in it now. Surely.
All right.
They'll be starting because they're currently in it, but they won't be ending it.
Yeah, which means they'll take at maximum 12 cold damage, but whether that's worth it or not in comparison to like 3 cantrips and a bonk, probably not.
Okay, I'll run and shout. I can't see. Drop that.
And I'll drop it.
Okay. So I'm starting here. I need to see if I can actually reach the in there. 20 there, and then for 30, I'll go for the one who's on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, technically, the one who goes down is this one, the one with the thingy one.
Okay, I'll run at him.
The south guy went prone.
So he's on the ground.
Mhm.
That'll give me advantage to attacking him.
It will be, yes, because you use expertise, choose your bonus action to get there, and you have advantage on your melee attacks.
Okay. And
As you blast into the sky.
stab.
I have way too many tabs open. You hit for, doesn't actually matter, but roll for flavor anyway.
Okay. D4. And
So
necrotic,
just the-
I believe. No,
you
radiant.
see just
Radiant.
black energy rippling.
No, it's actually radiant. Necrotic's 1.
As you can see, golden energy rippling through their body.
Let's
A
see.
dark golden.
You can see their skin beginning to crack from the energy. Go ahead and make your second attack. Let's actually close all these goddamn tabs.
And what do we get for flavor? We get
4.
necrotic. It's like
It's force, isn't it?
force attack on him.
As not only is the skin beginning to crack open, kind of peeling away almost like a bad sunburn, as you blast radiant damage into it. As the radiant damage begins to kind of fade off, you suddenly blast this massive amount of force damage into them and crack that skin open so blood starts to seep out as you have bloodied him.
Nice.
Move, everybody!
Alright. Is that your turn?
Yes. Bonus action, action, and I've shouted
Alright.
at people. Move.
It is now your support round. You can do anything except your assassin, not assassin, fuck you. God. Just kidding.
Should we do our held actions now?
Oh, and yes, as the thing goes down, technically it would go down before Zormir's attacks, but go ahead and do your held actions. If you're all doing ranged, I'd assume you just want the one in the center who is moving away.
Yep. And you need to make a dex
Yep.
17.
Dex 17, I believe they had a +4, so that's a 7, they fail. Roll for
Good. So
damage.
you take 13 radiant.
Nice.
Ooh.
Similarly, their skin begins to crackle at the back as blood starts to weep out of them as you have bloodied it.
It was bloodied, and then Zome re-bloodied it.
As the point similar, you hitting into the central one.
Third one.
As the first one kind of blasts the ogre out, you kind of see them almost stumble forward as they glance back over their shoulder. And as your firebolt comes towards them, you actually see them do a twist mid-air as they fling themselves towards the floor and actually kind of roll mid-air back onto their feet, having avoided the attack.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
18 Monks. +4 dex, +4 wisdom monks. So 18 AC, annoyingly.
With some golden bracers of defense,
Oh,
don't forget.
fair point. Yeah, I forgot about them.
AC 20.
20.
The point says, Well played.
Yep.
That's right, guys. We've got some monk slave masters over here.
Uh,
You gotta check.
Glenn's
So,
wounds just get cauterized now.
Abigail forced me to attack.
Yes, as Abigail comes forward and just pumps her halberd into the air. Go, Zormir!
bang.
Take out the slave masters!
Oh!
The rebellion begins! Oh, God.
Bang!
I don't think it's quite enough to kill him, but dear God, that would have been great.
Yeah, if I'd rolled better, it would have.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty mediocre roll, wasn't it?
Yeah, because my last one was a 34 and 33. I got 2 in the 20s.
You just see Abigail getting almost a little bit too excited. Rebellion!
What? Stab!
As it becomes apparent, Abigail really hates slave masters.
I mean, so does Alvina. It's great.
But that is the sport assassin. It is back to you.
Okay, so
'Cause you're first.
where be everyone? Where be things? I wasn't paying attention, I'm not gonna lie.
One of the
Like
ogres
5
was running away, but is too slow to actually make it into the tunnel, so is still kind of running towards the tunnel, incredibly bloodied. There's one on the floor who'd been knocked prone. That's now just a bloody pulp. Still alive, but just barely. And there's one who was kind of standing there holding the charisma rock in their hands, broken in half, who was surprised and is still kind of just looking up, looking at their allies, and still just catching on to what's happened.
He's just holding the rock, looking down at the rock, looking at us, looking down at the rock.
You can see the broken
sad.
smile still on the rock's face. What would you like to do?
Oh my gosh, my boy. I want an Eldritch Blast.
Can the
How
professor
dare they?
cast mending on the rock?
Potentially, yes.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
I can cast mending as an action. I can mend that rock on my next turn if we want.
It takes
Yeah,
a minute. It takes a minute.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
So I have a
I
magic
need to have
item
a
that makes
charisma.
mending an action.
Really?
I have a
Jesus
charismatic rock.
Christ.
That's
I need to get one of those.
onion.
Where
Assassin
the
wants a
fuck is
pet
Eldritch
too.
Blast?
Yeah, Alvina's not the only person in the party getting pets. We're getting a fucking rock now.
A
charismatic
25
one.
hits. Roll for damage.
Yay.
Unfortunately, the 10 does not.
It's called Dwayne.
5.
5 as the first one smacks into them and they take the damage, but you see them begin to lift their hand and protect their face with the half of the rock, and your aim is thrown off.
Oh, that
You
bastard.
curve it away so
You're
it doesn't
using
hit the rock.
them as a shield. You can like this is play for play. Have assassins reacting like full on like how dare you energy.
But Alvina, is your turn.
The hunger of her heart's completely gone, right?
Yeah.
Go, I've got an idea. Alvina's got an idea then. She's going to sheath both her swords. She's going to run forwards at the one that's running away.
Okay.
Shoulder barge.
No, she's going to grab him and hit the one that broke the rock with the other ogre.
Fair.
Okay. Oh, this guy's athletics. It is going to be a grapple check if you want to try and use him as a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy actually has a decent athletics. I want to see how this plays out.
I'm not raging as well, so I don't have advantage.
All right, the DC to beat then, and you do have to beat it.
Yeah.
Is 13.
25!
Unfortunately, even with that +8, they actually kind of almost rival you.
Yeah, they're almost as strong as
Plus
me.
9.
Even with that +8, they're just unfortunately having been bloodied and having kind of blood pouring down their skin. They are a little bit disoriented as you're able to grab them and then just whack them into the next guy. Go ahead and roll me.
I have
just go roll
proficiency
me an
with
attack.
people. I have proficiency with people.
Yep, we have established this previously. It's become a thing. It will take one of your attacks to grapple them and another to whack, but I will do damage to both the object, both creatures being hit.
Yeah, I will, because it's the normal roll, I'll use my amethyst sword just so I don't have... I need to put person in, but I'll just use it for just for the 2 hit, and you can tell me what damage to roll after. That was only 15.
Technically misses, because it's a DC 20.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're kind of getting used to throwing people of large size. You're used to medium-sized creatures that you just kind of
Oh, wait,
over swing a little bit.
Wait a minute, I forgot. I was recklessing that. Of course, I was recklessing that.
Then go recklessly attack.
23. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
23 does hit as you kind of over swing and then realize I can just pull it back and like double back swing it into them. Go ahead and roll me 2d12 bludgeoning.
Roll plus strength.
Plus strength, yes.
2d12 plus. Oh, that was a really low roll, but 14 damage.
14 damage as I'm going to apply that to both ogres.
And
That is your 2 attacks if you want to use a bonus action.
that wasn't my 2 attacks. That was the advantage on the first attack.
Oh, I meant it was an attack to grapple and an attack to hit.
Fair point. I'm not technically dual wielding this ogre. Unfortunately.
No, I feel like at that point it's too far.
That's what I was saying. I pick up the second ogre.
And now I'm dual wielding.
Bam, bam, smash.
Can I just like throw him?
Yes, but unfortunately it's not going to do any damage.
Yeah, just like
You
throw
can do
him
it
the
from
other direction, like towards the party, essentially.
Everybody roll a dex save.
Because they are a quite strong strength and dex and apparently wisdom monkish creature, they are going to be able to land on their feet so they won't go prone.
Yeah, I'm just like bashing one of them and then hurling it away.
But with that, if that's you, I'm going to put on to the ogre's turn.
Yeah, I was just gonna crack her
they
knuckles and her neck,
Lost their
basically.
surprise last time, so you can see that this ogre is looking particularly kind of panicked and worried, not entirely sure what to do here. Let's go ahead and give him. Ooh, they are bloodied. Their onis have been killed. Alvina, give me an intimidation check.
This be a
the
strength
full-
intimidation check.
Yeah, give me a strength intimidation. It will just be a flat roll because they are inherently loyal, but it'll set a DC for their charisma save effectively.
Okay, I don't have any advantages or
13.
anything. But yeah,
No, this will just be flat. Okay, so 13 DC here to see if you can break their morale. And since while they are loyal and aggressive, you have demonstrated you've
don't
killed
wanna
their most
die.
wisely. Unfortunately, the slave masters are not as strong in spine as the bikers were, but
Oh.
they
This one
are
is-
still. They're still kind of egotistical and arrogant species, and they aren't going to let themselves go down without a fight. They don't want to die, but maybe they can at least try and delusion themselves into thinking maybe she's not as powerful. Sure, she killed all our bosses, but maybe we can defeat her.
Yeah, we're better than them. We get promoted this way.
And more importantly, I actually get to. They've not actually attacked at all yet, so.
Yeah.
Let's have the slave masters fight back. Now, you did go reckless, but
Yeah.
even though you went reckless, they are bloodied. This isn't a feature of them blooding, but they do have reckless themselves.
Fair.
So they are going to go reckless against you. Attacks against it. That's fine. And this is an unarmed strike with a +9 for only a 17 to hit.
Meats. Damn it.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this is +5, so they're going to deal 10 bludgeoning damage to you.
She doesn't move. She doesn't even twitch.
And since you are a creature that, not just if the target is a creature. Okay, fair. Ooh, damn, that's okay. That's actually going to be fun. Give me a Constitution saving throw against the stunned condition.
How about a stunning strike? Right. Oh, nice. 17.
17.
17 succeeds. And if there's no resource on this.
He punches her in the face, and she doesn't even move in any way. It's like punching a wall.
However, it does get 3 attacks, so a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
as it punches into you for another 8 bludgeoning, and I'm going to need another Constitution saving throw. What's their speed like? No, they've only got 30. That's a shame.
Oh, 12.
Oh.
As unfortunately, you feel your body begin to siege up as
Now
the
Destiny.
ogres.
I'll Destiny.
Oh, you're going to Destiny that? All right.
Yeah, I think that's. This is, if nothing else, this is just intimidation more.
As you try to swirl Destiny around you.
Oh.
Bang!
And you know what? That's so good. I'm just let you auto succeed on the next one.
Yeah.
Because you nat 20 on a Destiny roll.
Yeah.
As it does hit you again, you will take a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
For 8 more bludgeoning, but you automatically succeed on the next stunning strike.
Nice. Yeah,
All right.
she's using every fiber of her being to just stay. It's like it's hurting because she's not raging, but she's just saying every fiber just to stand dead still and just take the punch without twitching, essentially, just staring him down.
Let's see here. They're not actually monks, though. They just have monk's ability. They don't have a bonus action dash or anything, so they aren't able to get to the rest of the party. So I think the one next to you with the rocks, while they would like to dash into the party, I think is just going to attack Alvina. And this one isn't bloodied, so it's not going to go mindlessly reckless. It kind of sees that you're open from your own recklessness, and it's just going to attack you with just advantage from your own reckless there.
Yep.
Is it into you for a 23?
Yeah, that hits.
As it deals 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm just going to attempt to stun you, but I'm just going to keep your nat 20 in effect here.
Hey, I'm taking a lot
Take a
of
roll.
damage.
So 19 to hit into you.
Still hits you.
As it deals another 8 bludgeoning damage. And then another hit there for 12 more bludgeoning damage. So an extra 20 there. And the one who was prone is going to get up, and seeing their allies fighting is going to focus in on Zormir. And Zormir, you didn't have anything for advantage or anything, so this one is going to go reckless against you.
Okay.
Is there any reason that you would impose disadvantage on it, or anything else I should do before I roll for the attack?
Well, you're good.
All right, then it's going to come in here for a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And it's going to deal 7 damage, 7 bludgeoning damage, and no, save that for the last attack. It's going to attempt to stun you for a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Seriously, this might have been like the enlarged reduced breaks a lot earlier than you expected.
Yep.
Oh god.
I think it's time for the Destiny to...
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if Destiny can also
then.
make you immune.
Not quite.
Not
But-
Doesn't
quite,
make you immune to all the future ones, but does save you on this one.
And I'm going to hit him with expend my reaction.
Bonk shield.
Yep. Knock him 15 feet back.
Did you use your reaction, or have you gotten your reaction back since the support round?
I've not
No,
used
it's
my
not been his
reaction.
turn. You did
Because,
the punch.
you did have to use it for Abigail's attack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then, no, I don't have my reaction then. So I can't do that.
Unfortunately, you're going to get hit again for a 19 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, as you miss that.
Shield up.
Yep, that's fine. It goes in for its third attack for a 26 to hit.
That hits.
As it's going to do 13 bludgeoning damage. And I still think the stun is the better of the 2 effects here, so just because they're not trying to get away anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw.
I'm assuming it's push the other one, right?
That's the
It's not prone.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, it's a DC 16.
No.
As you begin to seize up, even through your armor, it seems to have managed to punch perfectly into points in your armor that your armor kind of impacts you and manages to seize you up for the turn. The next round, until the creatures, until the ogre's next turn. Ooh,
We'll
they
go.
actually continue. That's really powerful. The next round, the target must attempt to make another save, remaining stunned on a failure.
Yeah, Stunning Strike's crazy good.
Well, this one's a modified version.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on our chat whilst I'm waiting to be needed again.
Fair.
We had a
That
bot
is
invasion.
the ogre's turn there, attempting to fight back. Gwent, it is your turn.
As much as I do want to hear, Avina, how badly do you look?
I'm down 61 health.
You got 61 health left.
No, I've got 37 left.
Uh,
Ellie's pretty fucked up now. She's putting on a very brave face, but there's a lot of blood.
I still think it's a better option just to move forward. I'm going to cast Bane on all three of them.
That's fair. I might make charisma check saves, right?
Yep.
All right, what's the DC?
17.
With their -1, they all fail.
Yay!
Ooh, so at least they may not hit you as much.
Yeah. They're probably going to.
Poison on them.
Gwen, cast
Okay.
yourself on Devil's Ogres.
More importantly, that does saves as well. Gwent, is that you?
I'm going to move back. But I tried to help, and then I'm back.
All right, then the point. It's your turn.
Okay. So the point will step down a little bit. Just here and just shout out, presenting the one, the only, Alvina Alalora! And give 2 finger guns, one at Alvina, one at an ogre. With the one at Alvina, give Bardic Inspiration. With the one at the ogre, cast Firebolt.
Which one's your Bardic Inspiration again? Is
D6.
Yeah, it's the one that enabled TP.
I rolled 17 again.
Oh, come on!
At least it wasn't
Fortunately,
17 damage.
just misses. Well, misses by like 3.
Just
Oh.
unlucky. It's real unlucky.
As I believe that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, you guys have a support round. What would you like to do?
We don't have a heal support action, do we?
Not
any of the-
anymore.
Would any of their damages push my concentration check higher than a 10?
That's a good question.
Because I need to do 3 for
I don't
the...
think no, they only do a D8 plus 5. They can't actually go above 20.
Mhm.
I just need to see if my expeditious retreat dropped.
So it would be a minimum of 10 for all of them. You only took 2 attacks.
Head to that 20.
Do you want me to roll another one?
Nah, not 20 seems fine. You're good there. For support rounds, you can either have Fuku show up and do another just laughing at the ogres, or you can do one of your Hydras blasts in one of their faces. Susie crawling along the walls. However, I do think this is a dex save.
It is, yes.
But they do have a negative D4 to it.
Yep.
They don't have any advantage or anything on this.
We
That's
can
fine.
hit 2 of them, so.
That's fair. You can get a decent thing over there. The other one is also going to similarly have the same thing. As both of them fail, go ahead and roll damage.
Roll 46, I believe. Oh, 48. 16 damage.
All right, they both take 16 damage.
Good girl.
That is them. Lou Grim, it is now your turn. 2 of them are looking particularly bloodied. The one to the north is looking good. Oh, let's go back to the professor there. You're right.
Rapping accounting, just like I do. I'm
Professor,
like an
roll
elite,
me a
just
fake
like I
die.
do.
Let's see what happens.
Oh no. Oh,
Self-destruct. All the
I
cannons.
really hope not.
It might be
D20.
real bad.
4.
Oh, that's bad.
As you were playing around with the cannons,
I wasn't
an
playing.
ogre,
I was loading.
You feel the presence of some eyes on you as you glance back to seeing one of the ogre slave master patrols coming your way. As he kind of looks down at you, is there anything you'd like to do before he speaks?
Throw the cannonball at him.
No, just you're his
I'd like to-
superior.
While I'm kneeling. Where the bloody hell are the... were you? I called for reinforcements 10 minutes ago. Get down that tunnel. There's a one-woman wrecking machine. I'm down there, destroying half my crew. I'm preparing these fucking cannons. Get down there now! By the only thing I
Either
command
a persuasion or intimidation check at advantage.
it's probably going to be intimidation.
Yeah, but it sounds intimidating, right?
It does sound intimidation, right? Oh, cool. Yep. Come on. At advantage. It's really difficult to do this on your phone, you know. Intimidation. What's that?
11.
How's that? 11. 8 o'clock. I'm gonna fake diet. Why
I was
not?
about to say, not necessarily is it a bad thing to just have it, considering we're apparently having trouble with these guys.
Yeah, intimidation. What's up?
There we go.
18.
18.
Yes, sir.
Just slowly send
We
them
couldn't
down.
see for a
after
while.
this.
Would you?
Job,
This is
job.
the way. We're just gonna meat grinder them slowly.
Hey, that was. I'm just doing. If anything, you guys should trust me more. This was my job. Send the ogres down the tunnel to you guys while I prep the cannons.
Yeah,
I'm doing exactly
actually, yeah.
what I said. I'm like a machine. I'm following instructions and input orders. So you cannot get angry at the machine for doing that.
Luke Rivet, is your turn.
I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver.
Alvina's gonna die.
Entirely possible.
What am I making for Mind Sliver?
It's int save
They're the one on me.
17.
They're the one who stunned me.
And on that,
Ooh, a
slap.
17. What's your DC?
My DC is 17.
Oh,
Well, unfortunately, it makes it. Was that a cantrip or a spell?
Cantrip.
yeah, a bit bad.
Then no damage to this one. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
You can move, bonus action.
I mean, they're warlock. What bonus actions do they have?
I don't know.
Oh, exactly.
It's
That's
sorcerer as well.
Hex and Misty Step.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they have? Hex or Misty Step with? There you go. Look at it.
Let's see. It says it's thrown for or be stunned until the end of the monk's next turn. The next round, the target must attempt another save.
Mhm.
Interesting. That doesn't actually say when in the next round. You know, I'm just going to ignore that and assume it works like a regular monk's thing, where it's just until the end of the monk's next turn, and then you have to make more saves if it hits you again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that, I assume that's what it means with next round. If it hits, it has to make another save.
Stunning. I'll just look it up. But it's up
Oh,
to
I
you.
know what stunning strike does.
Oh right, yeah, the different one.
I've played many a monk. There's just a weird wording on the stat block I'm looking at. But Zormir, you are stunned, unfortunately, until the end of the monk's next turn. Yeah, what are you thinking about as you're just stuck there?
Guessing I can't do any actions or anything.
Nope, unfortunately, that's the downside of stunned. You pretty much lose your turn.
Stunned is brutal.
You can also only talk falteringly, with garbled, slurred speech.
You just moo.
Falteringly,
No,
you move falteringly.
And deep speech and cursing this damn thing out.
That's fair, that's fair. You guys have another support round. What would you like to do?
Force Alvina to strike someone.
Yeah.
Um,
Not bad
Yeah,
idea.
makes sense.
That's fair. Abigail runs forward. No, Zormir! Can't let the rebellion die! We need reinforcements! Alvina, attack!
Way to get him.
Which one would you like to attack?
The one that I've mostly pommeled.
Alright, go for it.
Damn it.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you just the process of having to take back out your weapon or like hand a weapon after attacking with an ogre
Yeah,
just knocks off your throw a little bit. Assassin, it's now your turn.
Ah, shit.
Assassin, do I need to start preempting your turns?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
That's fair.
I guess I just Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, go for
Is
it.
that fine?
Yeah,
That's the thing I can do.
Yep.
That is the thing you can do.
Only
Roll for
thing
attack.
you can do.
Shoot him.
Shoot him.
Daka.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, both missed though.
Well, I
As-
hide.
You hide. Oh, did you hide last round?
Yes.
I got 6 though.
Oh, was your 6? Okay, you hide again. Okay,
There we go,
next
this is
round,
better.
your first attack gains advantage.
Yeah.
As they have a passive of 14. Alvina, it is your turn and you were not stunned. What would you like to do?
You know what? I'm gonna get angry because I've also now realizing the press is gonna keep sending us more. So much it might be worth it. But also they've pissed her off. So Alvina's gonna rage.
As Alvina has had enough of this. These ogres do not die as easily as the last ones.
Yeah, they didn't die as much as the plate mail armored Onis.
Die.
With regen as well.
Yeah, with regeneration. She starts growling and yeah, she's gonna beat the shit out of the one in front of her.
Alright, go for it. Roll attack.
26 for 30 damage.
Hot damn. It takes it. Roll for your next attack.
Boom.
30 damage.
That's pretty much almost max. Actually, just flat.
Well, everything is just slowing down on my end. I'm going to need to definitely close some tabs here. Go ahead and get rid of these.
That's 20. Dirty 20.
Ooh, just.
Dirty 20 still hits, though.
For 20 more damage.
As, 1 second, if my roll 20 wants to actually respond here. It takes the 20 damage. Just. Makes you feel better. He's got 3 hit points left.
Yeah, but I say, good thing I've got a third attack. Please fucking.
Actually, I believe you went rage this turn.
Oh yeah, I can't do the third attack. You're right.
Yep, no third attack for you. As it is the Ogre Slave Master's turn. And, you know what? They actually. Are you bloodied yet?
Oh yeah.
They notice that you two are also bloodied. So they look back to the party, look at you. Okay, so it's not just you alone. There's other people. Maybe if they can take you out.
I've started glowing more now.
Now this one has a disadvantage on its first attack, but has advantage, so it'll be a flat roll.
This gets lowered by Bane, doesn't it? As well.
And they get a negative D4 to it, yes.
Yeah.
So that is an 11 to hit you.
That misses.
And then this one will be advantage. This is only the first attack they get disadvantage on, and they can. You were still reckless.
Yeah.
But they still get the negative 4 from Bane. Nope, did not recognize that.
Very, very appropriate. It's Bane here.
So it's a negative 1 to their +8, so 8, 9, 17 to hit.
Damn it! Meets it.
Yeah. For a 8 bludgeoning and a Constitution saving throw.
1, 2, 3, 4 now because I'm raging. Con, please do not get stunned. Yep.
Hey.
I don't have persistent rage yet, so I can't just power through stuns.
And let's just read that. Negative +7, 22.
It definitely hits you.
This was the third attack for 6 bludgeoning damage and another Constitution saving throw.
Come on, Alvina.
They kind of look at you, and the fact that the Onis also kind of start getting endurance, they start to recognize the effect that you have on right now of your rage.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we've made
As
a
you can see, after the 3 punches from this initial ogre, you see their face just begin to slack, and oh no.
Oh no, we didn't. Now he's gonna
We've
beat
pissed
us.
her off. We've pissed her off.
As Lou is able to overhear the ogre slave master kind of looking to his allies, looking back and looking at kind of Zormir, looking at you again. Focus on this one. We take them down. We might be able to retreat. As the ogres kind of
I'll
look at him
say,
and nod.
Alvina, that they think if they take you down, then we'll retreat.
They're trying to retreat.
For 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 9 damage and a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, please, come on.
Ooh, does not matter.
Hey.
20. Okay, I can finally get to use their Mighty Blow feature.
Ah, nice.
When they score a critical hit, it automatically deals maximum damage for the attack. So that is 8 plus 5 for 13 bludgeoning damage.
Down to 6.
As another Constitution saving throw. And that was their second attack.
Yes.
So this one that's got a third
21.
attack. Nice. It's got a third attack coming in at you. If it rolls the dice. There we go. So that brings it down to 14 plus 9 for a 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 10 more bludgeoning damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As that is 2 of the Onis. The third one, who was on Zormir, kind of grumbles at Zormir, looks back to you, and does another 3 attacks against you.
Yep.
For a 24 to hit.
Yep.
For 6 more bludgeoning damage.
3.
Ooh, 22 to hit for another 7 bludgeoning damage.
2,
And this one might actually a 17 to hit.
still makes it because it meets my AC. My
Then
AC 's
another 11 bludgeoning damage.
down to 5.
Down to 5.
I'm up. I'm really close.
Use some armor or something.
See,
Just the rest of the party just looks over. Even Abigail's gonna take a step back, be like, "Oh shit!" As these 3 massive ogre slave masters are just punching down at Alvina.
I'm at
Now,
4.
given how damaged you are, I'm just gonna only imagine you look like severely beat up. You got some bruises, a bloodied lip. There's blood kind of pouring down here or leaking down here and there.
Have you heard the phrase knocked 7 shades of shit out of them? It looks like that.
No, it's Albina just goes, I could do this all day. She can't.
Aha!
Well,
I love
give me
it.
some fucking healing.
Gwen, it is your turn.
What's your maximum hit points?
98.
Okay, I'm going
They've
to
done
move
90
forward,
damage.
and I'm going to give you 40 hit points.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm going to shout, "Remember the charisma rock."
Remember the charisma rock.
You get a salute from Albina.
I just see all of the ogres kind of glance back at Gwent with horror in their eyes.
Am I still stunned as well?
It's till the end of the turn they didn't attack you, so no, you are now unstunned at the end of their turn.
And I'm also going to throw in a bonus action. Actually, do you go before them or after them?
I go before them.
You're before them, so never mind. Then I will throw to you a Shield of Faith as well.
Hell yes.
Nice.
But then I'm going to move the fuck back. You can do it!
The point, unfortunately, your Bane, while definitely slowing them down a bit, their sheer kind of recklessness of Alvina is allowing them to hit. It is your turn, the point.
Yeah, sorry, Bane has lost because I forgot Shield of Faith's concentration as well.
It's fine, I take the... considering they keep hitting 17, I'll take it.
Yeah, my bad.
So
am
far,
glad
they've
to
made
do
17 minimum on every single hit, regardless, so...
17's their magic number.
Apparently.
Yeah.
With their
I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's do it anyway.
Do it.
you have 60%
The point
chance to hit.
seeing they're now teaming up on Alvina will go, okay, they've realised she's not a one-woman army anymore. He'll peer down the corridor where Drax is and just yell, "Come on, charge!" and throw one of his Deck of Illusion cards down, just kind of there, so he can get something to charge around the corner. And it is the Queen of Hearts, which I should have pulled up Deck of Illusions ahead of time.
Well, that's something good, isn't it, I think?
A second.
Let's find out.
Evolution, Queen of Hearts. A succubus comes out, which don't exist. So,
Demon. If it's just a hot demon.
They're not a demon, they're a fiend.
Yeah, the devils.
No, they're not. They're not devils, but they are fiends. They're
they're
non.
the middle one.
Yeah, there's non-devil and demon fiends. So they do exist.
okay.
Are they still hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Succubus.
Because demons don't technically exist. I've reskinned them for something else, mostly because there was no instant that caused demons in this world. And devils mostly got wiped out in the Devil Wars. So while they still exist, they're also just endangered species at this point.
Yeah, we've got an endangered species working for us.
But the rest of the fiends, like succubus and other types of fiends, were fine because they weren't caught up in the wars.
Okay.
Specifically, devils and demons are the problem. I guess the ogres look confused. I actually don't know how the ogres react to this. What CR is a succubus?
7, I think. It's pretty powerful.
Also, if I throw it down there, it can only go 30 feet from the cards. It can only go up to here. It can only go up to where Abigail is right now.
Succubus.
Okay.
4.
So they're aware of a succubus and that they are as these ogres just because these are highly trained ogres. And honestly, I think they're still more terrified of Alvina than of a succubus showing up.
Fair enough.
So it was a good chance, but unfortunately, the card itself isn't as kind of intimidating as you'd hoped.
You know what would
Yeah,
have
that
been
would
great?
be great in other contexts, just not this one.
You know what would have been amazing? If it was a Banshee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Banshee would have been great. I think Banshee's on there. I don't remember the evolutions.
But the point, anything else for your turn?
oh no, nothing else on my turn.
Then you have a support round. What would you like to do?
I pull out a whistle and blow it and summon Gregor to come spit an acid at them.
Gregor comes around the corner similarly to Susie. You can just see them both just hanging to the wall, peering around. As how would you like this to be directed? You can get at least 2 of them, probably not all 3.
I'll go for 2.
Definitely hit the middle. Definitely hit the middle one. That's one we'd really need.
Yeah.
But would you like the north or south?
North killed the rock.
North. Just,
They have a plus thingy, but they no longer have the -4, so it's just a +4. Then the first one makes it. So unfortunately, thingy gets out of the way, although I think it does half damage anyway. So he's able to kind of peer to the side and only take like a little bit off the acid, but the other one takes the full force. Go ahead and roll damage.
You got the thing up, Jamie? Can you roll?
48. Yeah, actually, that one's down because he had 3 hit points, so it's regardless of what you roll.
It is true.
Oh no, actually, you could roll 4. If you literally hard roll 4, he lives.
You want to
Maybe
roll?
take that.
You can roll it. It's 48. It's your Hydra. I keep rolling for Susie. Take care of your own pet.
Okay.
Hey, you want a Hydra? You gotta be responsible for your Hydra.
Yeah.
48.
Alvin has been feeding it for you. He takes some responsibility. Yeah.
12.
Then the first one goes down with their 3 hit points left.
Squelch.
And the second one takes 12 damage. Alrighty, that's the support round. Lou, it is your turn. We'll probably finish up at the end of this round in terms of combat,
Eldritch Blasts.
depending on how well Lou hits here. Go for it, Lou. What do you want? The bloodied one to the south or the not bloodied one to the north?
The bloodied one.
I would have went
Roll
for
for
the
a
north.
attack.
What was that, bro?
I would have went for the north one because that's got the least damage on it.
Yeah, here's Zormir kind of glancing back to you. Attack the north one!
I'll go for the north one. Is this flat roll?
Yes, because they didn't have to go reckless against Alvina. I've got to play these a little bit more tactically because they are decent intelligence and wisdom.
27.
27 hits, so takes 11 force damage. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Come on. Ow.
Unfortunately, a 16 doesn't quite hit. As I believe that's your turn.
Okay,
You
I'm
can
going to
move wherever you
destiny
like.
that one if I
Oh, you're
can.
Destiny it.
Ooh.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Do it.
Do it.
Let's have a look here. A 22
That's
does
better.
hit as you deal another 11 damage to it as you blast into it in a twist of destiny. I don't know. It spins out of the way only for your attack to kind of bend a little bit and
I've
then
got
just
it.
smack into it.
I've got it. Destiny Rock rebuffs
It
it up
bounces
at him.
off the rock. It bounces off the rock.
The Rock of Destiny.
You actually see the rock has a slightly crystalline interior that the energy zaps around and then bounces out of. You know, this rock has Fool's Arcanite inside of it. You found a small ore of Fool's Arcanite. One charismatic rock of Fool's Arcanite. There you go. Zormir, it's your turn.
Okay, let's open this up. I attack the one who stunned me.
Got advantage, remember, because of Alvina raging near you. Or near the end, at least.
You do. Unfortunately, your advantage attack does not hit.
God damn it.
You have a
What is-
second attack.
What is it with 17 of this fucking fight? It's like the 19th one rolled so far.
Ooh, holy shit.
You're welcome,
Ow.
Zombie.
You know what's funny?
Can I transfer some of that damage over there when hitting him that hard across Alvino?
Yeah, with the creature's 4 hit points, I'll let you transfer that over. Oh.
Damn.
I hit him with enough force.
You just
I'll
knock
just-
him into the other. Okay.
I'll say this one's force damage for this one. Just
Yeah,
consider-
That's fair. As Alvina, you just feel a wave of force blast over your head. And Bloody, the second ogre, as they're pushed, kind of stumbling backwards, you can see just their bruises forming all along the front of their body. As they kind of pant, the wind kind of burst force out of them.
and I'll move up to him and go, boo.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Come on, Zombie.
I don't want him to be intimidating the slightest.
I'm sorry, he just
Funny.
watched you blow apart his colleague and then bloody him. I don't think you're getting the choice.
Yeah, this isn't a nice guy.
I don't...
Well, you got your wish.
He doesn't believe Zombie did it. He doesn't believe Zombie did it.
No, he believes Ormir's did it, but you've actually forced him to essentially his psyche has broken at seeing this as he enters into a mindless rage. Now every waking thought consumed with hunting down and killing Zormir.
Yay!
He just doesn't like cows. Jesus Christ.
He now has advantage against attacking Zormir and disadvantage attacking anyone else.
Hey, that's what- That's what my thing
you
normally
now have
does. My gauntlet does.
Your gauntlets, yeah.
Another support round. What would you like to do with it?
I'm gonna swing at him.
Actually,
Or
yeah,
have-
I'm happy.
As Abigail kind of looks on in just amazement. Oh my god.
Do that again.
With Zormir and the Rebellion, we're unstoppable. Zormir, do it again! For the Rebellion!
23.
With its 21 health left, how would you like to defeat this ogre?
Just casually step towards him, and then just stab it through his eye as he's looking at me angrily. No,
Terrifying.
stop.
Bonk.
As consumed by rage,
Pistol whip him.
unable to look at anyone but Zormir, this ogre looks death in the face and dies.
It calls Death's bluff. Unfortunately, it's death, so it's a bad idea to call Death's bluff.
As you have defeated this, and there'll be a minute before the next one rounds up, Because it is the party versus one, I don't feel that it's a challenge. So you will just defeat them as a montage.
What, so they get a minute's silence?
But yes, we're going to take a 5-second break there for just to go fill stuff and also go get a donut. Go to the kettle. And then we'll come back and we'll see what happens next. You've defeated the first wave of ogre guards.
Everyone in chat, feel free to go for a little break yourself and have a donut break because it's tea and donuts.
Donuts.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Let's take 5 seconds there, everyone.
Okay, back in a sec.
I just have Cadbury's Misfits, so I think it's Monsters and Misfits for me.
You guys are doing great. Way to go. I'm going to send another one at your way.
Keep sending them.
Come on, we're under attack. Help me with these fucking cannons.
Hey, you've got an hour of doing that, and you've got an hour of doing that, and you naturally speak giant, so it's not like you're holding tongues either.
And my alter self enables me to sound like the most like the most gruff chain smoking Oni you've ever did here.
Hey, that's Fred, though, and he's been sending us out there to fight with his brothers. And the Oni King was defeated not by his hubris, but by tunnels and sending them to get their asses kicked by Noids.
By each of his guards running down the same tunnel one at a time. Or 3 at a time that one time.
Yeah, well, that was the initial wave.
I'm back.
Hi.
Yeah, that
What's
fucking hurt. I went in 2 rounds, from 98 health to 4.
Yep.
Oof.
Well, 3 attacks each.
I know, but still.
Yeah,
That's a
meaning,
significant
That's a
number.
lot each, especially when they're just hitting you.
Yeah, it was fucking annoying, that. I can't believe it. For the minimum they
Like,
rolled was 17, like 5
He hit
times.
you for 17. Damn it!
How much
Yeah.
rage have you got left?
1.
Never forget what you owe me, Wolfie. Never forget.
Thank you. I also will remember that you also baned them first instead of healing me, so it kind of evens out.
I mean, he was holding good, to be fair, and it did seem like the best option.
Nah, I just don't like the bane spell. They take my name in vain. It should be way more effective than it actually is.
It really
They
should.
take your name in vain.
My actual real life name.
Boo.
Hey, I did my freaking job though. We can't do that. Oh my god,
yeah.
did I take a beating?
Done a sterling job.
And thank you again, though. Very seriously, thank you very much for putting me to about half health now.
I've discovered my Zormir's true persona, Death Incarnate, along with
One Punch
Alvina.
Man. It's One Punch Man.
No. One punch cow.
One Punch Cow. Moo,
Oh,
motherfucker.
one moo.
No, not one moo cow.
I feel that you should be unmoved by this.
Hey!
I only moved a little bit. Make sure he died.
I'm sure you glossed over that one.
That was a fun little scrap, though.
Yep.
Jeez, 20. That reminds me, I'm gonna rip these freaking braces of defense off of these.
Please take them.
Yeah.
Some
I
kind of
want a pair.
crazy.
If I
You
can.
will, I
At the moment, yes, I do.
Hey, just take the armor off. You're going to
But-
lose it anyway. they're
But I
more,
can,
they're
I
better
can
than your
store
armor.
them for when I do get rid of my armor.
Lou, here's the thing. They're better than your armor. Flat. They increase your AC by 2. Your armor increases your AC by 1, I think.
At the
it's a
moment, I'm
it's-
14 because it's
Right, it's studded.
Just
It's studded leather, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, it's just equal. It's literally the same as your armor.
But it's got +1 because of me.
Oh, if you still using it on him, I thought you were using it on something else.
No.
No, Zormir made it for Lou.
Yeah.
But
It's not-
I'll take the bracers anyway, cause and swap them about. Because if I'm
Well,
gonna
now,
be losing
as
this,
with all loot retrieved from monsters, I'm going to need one of you, to roll me a investigation check.
I'll do it.
Oh, hang on. What is your investigation?
Mine is second.
Alvina's is terrible considering how loot hungry she is.
+7.
I will give you guidance then as well.
Okay.
I got a 7 as well.
I'm just actually checking to make sure I've actually got a slot left. I'm not sure.
Guidance gives me
A D4.
Yep.
22.
All right, you find all three of them in working order.
Nice.
Just out
damn
of
it.
curiosity.
Where's the goblin? Where's stole these damn things?
Take them. I put them in my bag. But I'll slap 2 of them on. They're attunement, aren't they?
You definitely find them in even slightly better working order as Zormir is holding them.
Ew. Okay. 3 braces defense question mark. I'll put my.
Maybe get those identified before wearing them.
Alvina's already got a cursed item on. She doesn't care.
You have a cursed
Oh, yeah.
item?
I'm convinced the sword's cursed. I've yet to be proven correct in the fact that it's cursed, but I'm convinced it's cursed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you've not been proven wrong yet, have you?
I had a weird dream. So, cursed enough. But she's fine with it.
At the moment.
Most deadly of curses, strange dreams.
Huh? Paranoia.
How often does that item work? The index of the witness?
I don't believe there's a limit. It just takes your action.
Alright, well,
Oh.
I'll use my action to identify these things whilst I'm holding them.
Oh, the bracers of defense?
Yep.
That's fair. You look at them. Bracers of defense are, while they are magical items by kind of default, because everything's a magical item by default. Oh, actually, they're not a magical item by default. They've moved it to adventuring gear. Fascinating. That's what I was going to say anyway. They are not actually magical in any way. They are just highly specialized to give flexibility. And while they take a very skilled kind of smithery hand to make them, it's mostly the cost and rarity is mostly to do with the skill it takes to make them and how much kind of metal you need to use them. But as you actually look at these look to be almost an incorporation of kind of gold into these. But it's gold that's worked in such a way that it seems to have similar properties to steel, or maybe a little bit more flexible version of steel. You've never actually seen gold worked with this kind of quality to get this kind of output. You have no idea what they must be mixing into this to give an impure blend. But as you stare at it with your smith tools, it looks to be nearly pure gold.
Damn.
And yet the flexibility and tensile strength of this material is incredible. You actually, at one point, take a hammer to it, and they bounce back. Like, you smack into them, and there is barely any notice.
Ooh. Are these non-attunement braces of defense?
Nope, they require attunement.
They still do. Okay. I was literally like, wait, they're not magic. Are these just not like just better ones? Oh shit.
To be fair, bracer of defense are not magic.
Oh, they're not.
Nope, they've actually, that's why I was checking. They aren't actually magic items, they're adventuring gear.
Really?
Yeah, they're just item rarity. I think D&D is kind of going the same way I go, of they're trying to actually move things from all being just magical nature to having rarity, but also not being magical. Because currently anything of rarity is inherently magical by base kind of categorizing.
Yeah, you're right. Cool.
But when you get, especially since we're moving more towards kind of flintlock in D&D,
Yeah.
stuff like guns and cannons kind of have to have a rarity because they're technologically advanced, but they also aren't magical.
While you've got your little item up, can I show you that bottle of foam I found many moons ago?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is. I just have
And-
bottle of foam unknown.
And I
Is it
believe
the-
this is
is
a
it-
primordial table.
Is it the same thing that we had earlier? That we like one of us threw at them and it was like the liquid that just rolled down the hill and buggered off?
Could be.
So else you are unarmored. Okay. Alvin is attuning to them, essentially, for the next hour.
That's
if
what
Lou-
Lou's doing as well.
Who's wanting to take the other one?
Yeah, Lou has to drop his armor.
Yeah, I've just done that. I think it's still the +2.
Yeah. Do we have an hour for you to attune?
No,
as we
you don't.
No, so Alvin is. It's which I've got it in brackets. Just she is attuning to them.
That I'll be wearing them, but
He's not working yet, essentially.
yeah.
I've got the slot free. Is the main point. I've got my armor class like brackets with the new armor class, but it's not in effect yet.
I mean, I'm only down one.
The best thing about your one, though, Lou, it means that Zomir can put his buff on something else. Because it takes up one of his
Yeah.
things to keep your armor buffed up. So
But it's not like I'm losing a lot
yeah,
by
You're not
taking
getting-
that armor off.
you're not getting hit either. So
I'm not getting as close.
Warlock.
Ranged attacks, creatures, it's like, yeah, okay. Maybe start to worry a
Sensible is
bit.
the word.
Let's see here.
Proceeding with caution.
And Alvina's
How
gonna
long does it
chug
take
out.
to unattune things, though?
So I didn't actually realize I was mute. It takes an hour to unattune and then another hour to attune. So to switch items out, it takes 2 hours.
So you won't be able to do that right now.
That's why she's wearing them, and she hasn't lost an attunement. She
Yeah.
had a spare slot, so she's just wearing them. So if an hour goes up, it's gonna work.
That was more for Lou.
Oh, right. The other item's not attunement. It's a +1. +1 items aren't attunement.
Yeah, the armor's just there, but it also takes you 10 minutes to take off armor or something.
That's heavy armor. It's light, so I
Like,
think that's less time.
For leather, I think it might be a minute.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not 10 minutes. 10 minutes is full plate.
How many straps involved in full plate?
Having put on and taken off full plate, it does take about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we both
And that's
kind of know.
And my light plate takes a couple minutes to put on.
So you guys gained 3 bracers of defense.
Anyone else wanting bracers of defense out of the people who are here?
No, too flimsy.
I'm not gonna lie, I could really use those as a creature. It doesn't wear armor.
See, you're not here. I
Yeah,
was thinking.
I wear armor, so
I think. Do I have armor? I think. Oh, I do.
I think you have leather.
I have armor.
If you have anything,
Yeah.
if you have light armor that's not studded leather, then these are better.
I have 15 armor class, so I
Just-
don't know how that works.
You've got +3
What's
again, so
your
yes, +2.
dex? Yeah.
You've got studded leather on, essentially. so-
Yeah.
This is basically attunement studded leather, but you don't have to wear your armor.
You mean I could just be a naked little squid boy? Excellent. We love it.
If you want, yeah.
Yes, you can be a free spirit.
One more tentacle on display.
Absolutely not. Block.
is that
Banned.
if they are spare, the point would probably like more creativity in his outfits, even though actually no, his current outfit is glamour weave anyway. So going.
All right, are we all back and good to go again?
Yeah,
think so.
I think I was quickly looking at his thing with my tablet as well.
Yeah, the foam.
If you could save me some of those braces of defense, though, guys, for real.
We'll see how well you do. Maybe the party will take pity on you and be like, you know what, you did a good job.
I did send you.
It depends if
the
assassins.
plan.
You're
depends
sending
if
another
assassin-
set up our way the now, as long as we don't
It
destroy.
depends if assassin actively asked for the braces of defense, because they did. Albina have handed him over.
I kind of don't want to, but at the same time, I really enjoy the energy of the possibility of meeting up with the professor and Assassin being like, it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all, Ned Flanders style.
And the
and
professor's head
yeah.
assassin is doing that in their bracers. The professor's thinking, I hope they save me some of those.
I
As
don't want
the-
that.
As I believe the foam is a primordial item, it does not track as an arcanite item. So there is no ping from the index.
Doesn't
just
work
realised-
on that. Unfortunately, my friend.
Okay.
It's broken.
Off the foam.
That fourth ogre that came up, was that wearing another set of braces of defense?
I believe they all are, yes.
Could we roll for it again for the fourth one?
Yes,
Well,
as we.
I rolled a 23 out of curiosity because I didn't know we were going to roll again.
Yeah, I'll
So
take that.
don't know-
Since this technically happened before we went on break anyway. So yeah, let me flavor some things first. As you guys kind of have defeated the current ogres and begin kind of thinking up and starting to head down, believing, oh, those are the three that the professor was supposed to send to you. Let's go halfway, or maybe not so halfway, but 100 or 200 feet down the twisting kind of corridors, you begin hearing the sounds of large footprints and huffing coming down the corridors as you all prepare, and a ogre turns the corner and with a stunned realization and a surprise round is immediately beaten down.
Albina's gonna go, nope, not having this again.
Cantrips
As-
to the face, stabbed in the 3 times by Avina. Stab of
In-
my...
Quick 2 rounds, you guys are able to easily defeat this ogre and acquire a 4th set of bracers of defense.
As you go up another 50 or so feet, you'll hear the professor just firing off cantrips going, oh, by the way, I have sent a 4th ogre. Please be aware of them. Take care of them.
Albina holds up the head.
Message.
This is when you're still like 120 feet away. You're still walking up the tunnel. Oh,
You'll-
by the way, I was sent this.
You'll get a
These guys.
message back once I'm 100 feet or within message range. Yes, we've dealt
You
with
get a
him.
signal.
How far
By
can
the
I
way,
pitch an
Did anyone
ogre?
pick up the pieces of charisma rock?
I assumed you did.
I presume the assassin did.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's literally just like a little moment of Assassin running over, picking them up, and just like holding them to like their chest, like they've just lost a child energy.
Fair enough. As long as someone in the party has charisma rock.
Yeah.
You can see that there is a Fool's Arcanite geode inside the Charisma Rock, but you're also able to put it back together and mend it, keeping the secret Fool's Arcanite geode inside a secret.
Wait, Fool's Arcanite?
Yeah, it's the common version of Arcanite, and the unstable, kind of useless one, it's got a glassy look to it. It's not like a full Arcanite, and in the base world, it's kind of the Arcanite that's... It looks like maybe some form of Arcanite, depending on which light is kind of going through it, because it is still crystalline, but it has chaotic and unreliable effects if magic is cast through it, so it can be used as a arcane focus in like a dire scenario, but if you generally only ever see them used in like really impoverished areas as kind of last resort access to arcane casting.
Okay, fair.
See,
What's the die for a greater healing
Luke
potion, by the way?
have that as an arcane focus.
What's the die for a...
I'm healing myself with that.
That's what I was asking. No, I was asking. What's the die for a greater healing potion? Because I found I had one in my bag.
Greater is 4d4.
4d4 plus 4, is it?
Yeah, sounds all right. Yes, Luke can potentially have one if they come across some more Fool's Arcanite, since you weren't doing chaotic stuff before you got to New World, unless you would like to carve out the guts of Charisma Rock.
No.
Disembowel it.
You wouldn't.
I'm imagining like there's someone that looks over and just goes like, "Hey, we could take the Fool's Arcanite," and it's just Assassin essentially hissing and like threatening to bite anyone who tries.
No, that's fair. But as we switch back to the professor having sent an ogre down a good half a minute to a minute ago, you've set up the two cannons are now pointing towards the door,
And wait
and
for Alvina to appear bloodied.
you're just
Not
waiting
anymore,
now.
actually.
As you're waiting, go ahead and roll me another fate die. Another d20 to see if another patrol comes upon you.
Another d20. Here we go. Watch out.
9.
Oh god.
It's a little bit.
Oh
What?
god.
Oh, Nintendo, so we're getting another ogre head for the collection.
We could get worse. Remember, that's not the only patrols in there.
Yeah, but
You
you got
catch
a
another
4 before.
ogre kind of just actually as you're turning kind of looking over, you can see one of the enslaved Noids, what looks to be a kind of scrappy but like a kind of estranged, long tangled beard halfling. Probably in his 30s or 40s. You can see he's wearing kind of tattered, battered clothes. Just kind of fall to the ground unexpectedly as he's taking a massive chunk of rock out. And you kind of see maybe he's twisted his ankle or something, kind of fallen over. But you watch as one of these massive ogres comes over and grabs him by the back of his neck, kind of lifts him up and spits in his face. And you can hear in broken common, "Work now, die later." And he throws him back to the floor. And then it stands there watching, kind of waiting. You can see this vicious smile begin to appear at the sides of his lips. What would you like to do?
Cannon's pointed right at
Okay.
him. Just so I'd let you know.
How far away is this?
It is the one to the south, so the map is to scale. Let me get rid of the turn order there.
Does the
It's about
halfling-
40 feet, or the back of the ogre is about 40 feet away. The halfling's about 50 feet away.
Oh, so the ogre's got his back to me.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Can I sort of do a hand gesture? It's just this one ogre that's left, right?
Currently.
As you're looking around, you glance off another ogre to the west here, who's kind of also moving his patrols around, because I need to actually move these guys around a bit.
I see an arm!
See another arm over there.
Can I look at the Loxodon and sort of catch its eye and do like I don't know if it's the one, but I'm gonna do the rebellion cant symbol for liberate if that is a one, and I'm gonna gesture at the tool. I'm gonna grab an axe from the tool rack and would they have left keys? No, probably not, right? Can I roll for keys to see if any of the ones on guard duty by the cannons had keys for the manacles?
The slave masters do not have keys on them.
The slave masters don't have keys.
No, the chains aren't designed to be removed.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, they're not, because they're not locked down to anything. There's no reason to unlock them.
Also, the guys guarding the front door usually aren't the ones with the keys that set everyone free.
Yeah, they're just there to like punish and keep the slaves working.
Okay.
They're bosuns.
I'm going to take an axe from nearby, sort of medium. Actually, I have weapons on me. I have
Get the ogre chains on you.
Yeah, I have a couple of daggers and ogre chains on me. I need the ogre chain whip. So I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna sort of stomp towards the back of the ogre. I'm gonna drop a dagger within plain view of the one of my daggers in plain view of the Loxodon, and gesture to it with behind my back with my hand in thieves' cant, not thieves, rebellion cant, hoping that they see it, pick it up.
As you look around, the Loxodon is over here to the west, whereas the Halfling is down here to the south.
Sorry, can you point where the
This way.
Loxodon, I'm
that's the
calling
Loxodon.
Lox, and Lel
I
is
see.
the Halfling.
Is there anyone else that looks vaguely strong in the vicinity?
If you go down a little bit, can I get a better line of sight?
Yeah.
Let me just reveal a bit more of the map here.
Looks like an orc. Maybe.
It's fair, I just randomly duplicate a lot of them rather than thinking.
I-
But yeah, let's go with this is Orr. He got a concussion and lost his memory and doesn't actually know his name, so they just called him Orr. He looks probably the strongest of the lot. He is a half orc. Still pretty like skinny and scrappy looking, but with a decent bit of bulge on his upper arms.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to drop a dagger and gesture to him then. Because any port in the storm for allies in this scenario.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20 for a fate die to see if this guy has any idea what you're on about.
Please don't be the traitor. God damn it, it's
Oh
the fucking
my
traitor.
god.
As you... Well, unfortunately, I don't know if you know anything about heavy Stockholm indoctrination. But as you drop this knife and kind of do the strange symbols to Ore here, who has no idea what you're on about, and it's very apparent. You can see this kind of confused look over their face. And you said you were like pointing to the halfling.
I'm stomping towards the halfling. Yeah.
You see Ore kind of just gets kind of panic, kind of look on his face, kind of look over, kind of
subtle cast silence on him.
No, he's gonna go stab the fucking hobbit.
You kind of see this kind of look of distraughtness over his face, and he moves and picks up the dagger.
Oh,
And there's kind of, you see a single tear come down his eye.
I told you, he's gonna stab the fucking
It's a
hobbit.
test. This has to be a test. I'm sorry. As he charges towards the halfling and goes to attack him.
oh, I run forward.
And sacrifice
And-
yourself.
Yeah, we got,
have
you got,
any
you got a split
destiny
second to think
points?
here. Ore's charging at this halfling. There's only a couple seconds. What are you going to do?
I am going to run and leap, and as I go, I'm going to cast a spell on myself to enhance my strength and attempt to shoulder barge the ogre into the way of the dagger.
Please tell me that's not a concentration spell, right?
Alter self.
No,
is-
I mean enhanceability.
Yes.
It would be.
That's why. Just go. Just
Good to hear.
I think I might need to go with it. I can always cast it again at third level, or swap some soul points and stuff around.
All right, go
Oh.
ahead and give me that athletics check.
Unless I could. No, that's
No,
too
you
many
can't.
actions.
Yep.
Yeah. I have to try and stop this guy.
this problem that you caused.
Yeah. This problem that I caused.
Come on. Give me that
I-
athletics check for with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh, well,
Advantage.
Pretty sure it's
gonna say
advantage for
that's
enhanced
with
ability, right?
advantage.
Enhanceability ball strength gives you advantage. Yeah.
Is that the point of
Oh.
enhanced ability?
It does that, and it increases your carry capacity. I think bull strength as well. It does
Yeah.
I think they give advantage and do an extra effect.
Or double
Hold on.
com-
I need to look up alter self real quick.
doubles the carry
Range
capacity.
appearance, natural weapons.
The advantage on strength checks and his or her carrying capacity doubles as bull strength.
No, I was thinking of keeping the alter self.
Just tackle him.
Unfortunately, I don't think it would impact the tackling.
No, yeah, my weight becomes more massive, I would say. Because change appearance, you can transform your appearance, decide what you look like, height, weight, facial features, etc.
I think there's a mechanical thing for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no mechanical benefit to that.
But it's not
So-
illusion. It's no okay. Then
It
never mind.
doesn't do
I do get.
You know,
I
you
do
wouldn't
get
be able to
natural
do it
weapons.
significantly enough for an ogre.
I do get natural weapons. Would you? No, it's athletics for a grapple check, isn't it?
Yep, it's an ability check.
Then I have guidance. I have guidance.
You don't.
You get a
Oh,
You
it
don't
ran
only
out
last a
ages
minute.
ago.
No.
And it
Yeah,
lost
plus
concentration.
I've had other concentration things.
So you can either
Oh,
drop the alter self and gain advantage on this athletics, or you're going for a 10 athletics. What would you like?
Could you not do like minor illusion?
Go on,
and
you gotta let the dice
distract
tell the
them?
story.
I'm gonna let this one play out. I don't have enough spells to enhance myself.
Then a 27 on the ogre's end.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you bounce off that ogre.
But since I'm still disguised, I go, "God, you idiot! Step aside!"
Fortunately, that is too late as the ogre looks back confused, does step aside, just in time for you to see Ore plunge the knife into Lel's neck.
Lel.
Ow.
Yeah, well, that's what I called him.
No.
As
Then we
you
will
can
never
see
know.
there, Lel already prone on the ground from being thrown down. You can see another kind of tears now just pouring down Ore's face, just a haunted expression in their eyes. They drop the knife, blood just kind of splurting out from Lel's neck as they take a final gasp of air as they fall to the ground. They are
Really hope that
quickly
wasn't-
bleeding out. They will be dead in one round. What would you like to do?
The boss will not be happy if we lose another slave. Take that one away to the tower.
I really hope it isn't.
I'll deal with him later. And I go to. Looks like I'm bandaged. Oh god, that's fucked up my throat.
It fucked up his throat.
Yeah. Yeah. I look to be taking some sort of kit out of my bag.
As you do so,
I'm
however,
gonna
and
subtle
you
cast.
as the ogre moves over to Ore, you can see Ore just tears pouring down their face now, their eyes sunken in. The ogre backhands Ore, knocking them to the floor. You can see a tooth going flying, blood splurting from their mouth.
This is
As the ogre kicks them
Mhm.
and then kicks them again.
Okay.
As they eventually just Ore now just you can see their face now bludgeoned and swelling with bruises. The ogre picks them up almost as if they're an object,
I
throws them over his shoulder and starts marching away.
Do they still look conscious and alive?
They are unconscious.
But alive? Stable?
You
It's
don't
hard to
know.
tell. They're you can see kind of blood just dropping from their mouth. There's definitely internal bleeding there. They begin walking away.
I'm going to subtle cast Spare the Dying, which I can do because I'm an animancer. I can do it at a range because that is my.
You can do so, but you can only it takes an action to do so. And you only have one action before Lel bleeds out.
Oh no! Oh,
That's on the dying
no.
one. The other one will come back when we get angry and charge through and kill everything.
So either Lel dies or Ori dies.
Or he might not die. Lel's definitely gonna die.
This feels like a Telltale game, Chris. Why? I want to reload
Because-
the save point and explore both endings.
No.
No, the other ending is they both die.
I saved the
Same.
halfling.
Yeah.
Because
You
unfortunately,
didn't murder him,
fate
let's be
played
fair.
against you in the worst possible way.
What's up?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
The fates played against you in the worst possible way of that
Yeah.
nat one.
I know. And that one.
No, it could have been worse.
It could have, but I
if-
went with the
if
most
they had a job.
interesting,
That was
dramatic
interesting.
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if they
that's what I got.
had a job, the professor who does value the life of most innocents, not Alvina, she's not an innocent.
Alvina wouldn't consider herself innocent.
I'm sorry.
Alvina can't even spell innocent.
You're able to stem the bleeding. Lel is going to be still
I'll cast
unconscious.
Spare the Dying.
They'll still be unconscious, but they at least you kind of feeling their wound kind of spare the dying on them, and you can see their breathing kind of begins to settle down, and they are still breathing. They are still alive.
Do they have anything on them?
Just loot this slave.
Well, I don't know.
Roll me an
They
investigation
might-
check.
Investigation.
You're gonna rob a slave.
I'm not robbing him. I'm seeing if he's my inside guy.
And
If
then
you
taking
just-
his wallet as well, because he's my inside guy.
Yeah, it's
His
senpai
rebellion,
tax. It's senpai
his-
tax.
Yeah, it's his rebellion membership card I'm looking for, and I'm looking in all the crevices and cracks that he has. His
As you do so, you get down to these very kind of worn-soled, what appears to be a little strap of leather with kind of cloth around it to create the form of a shoe. As you kind of just do a gentle feel, you can feel a little. I don't know. It's like maybe a little bit piece of ore or a stone or something. Maybe it's just got stone in their shoe. But as you kind of pull it out, you can see it's a very crumpled piece of parchment.
I'm gonna look around with my superior perception.
You do. There is currently no ogres in sight. You can see the last of the ogre with Ori kind of disappear.
I take it, scan down at it.
You do, as you kind of very carefully unravel it, because it looks to be very withered and old, and you unravel it. You see what looks to be a piece
Sure
of
this
paper with chalk marks on it, with the
Do I
image.
recognize?
I don't know, very, very crude, childlike drawing of a stick figure with short hair and a little smaller stick figure looking up, and you can see written across the top and bottom, "I love Daddy."
I realised about half a second before
You utter.
I was hoping
Bastard!
it was going to be that. You monster, Professor. Monster.
He saved them.
He saved him. He did his
I
best. It was
saved
an unforeseen, unfortunate turn of events.
I don't know if this one is the kid who drew this thing, in which case he's grown in,
Fucking old
he's been
man.
enslaved his entire. Well, yeah, he could have been enslaved his entire life. I'm going to.
Right, possible in this world.
I'm going to fold it back up and put it back in its place.
You're
And
down it, and
pour some
unfortunately, it's
sovereign
probably
blue.
not the first time you've seen something like this in your travels and your venture. You've been to several slave encampments throughout
Mhm.
various factions, and
This is why I'm unaligned.
you've had to nullify your heart to the world to do the line of job that you're in.
Expeditious retreating, running, and
Taste
the
of the
hall.
phoenix be on you.
With
So
that,
be free.
you
I'm
Lel's
gonna pick up
kind
the
of
dagger. I'm gonna pick up the
just
dagger
gonna-
that
yeah, you do so.
Ori dropped.
Lel is kind of just lying there, and nobody's like everyone's kind of avoiding looking, but you do catch a couple occasional like kind of glances, and you can see pure hatred in some of their eyes as they look upon you, and it takes you a moment to remember that you're in an Oni
Oh.
disguise.
You're not gonna. I'm gonna be honest. Changing forms to not look an Oni. Not gonna buy you any friends.
No, it's not.
But what would you like to do with
I
Lel's
look up at them
body?
and say, "Get back to work, you slobs!"
And they
Lord of the
immediately do.
Rings
So you see them kind of scrambling around, trying to get out of your line of sight.
Yeah, I'm gonna look down, feel some pity for this creature. Should I take him with me? You know what? If Alvina gets fucking pets, I want a project as well. I'm gonna find this guy's kid. What the fuck? I'm gonna do something good. I'm gonna take him with me. Maybe prop him up against a wall.
You take him
yeah.
back to, I assume, the cannons.
The cannon sort of area, and
Yeah,
just sort of lay him there. I do have a common healing potion, but I might need that for me. And I'm
Not the
not.
doctor gets
I'm not
there,
lawful
like-
good. Yeah.
Like we have an actual doctor in Gwent. So,
Mm. Oh yeah, he's the healer's feat. Perfect.
It's also just a cleric.
Yeah.
But with that, we're actually going to switch back to the other party as you're going through the tunnels. No fifth ogre follows you. However, after a couple more minutes, you arrive, or you can start to see the kind of light and the more echoing of the cavern appear. I assume the Hydra's kind of a decent way back, more because you probably don't want them fully blocking the passage in case you need to do a little bit of a retreat. But they're kind of back with
Yeah, well, they
Drax.
can be like on the ceiling or the.
Well, it's more just given their size that these corridors are truck sized, but they're also truck sized as well.
The Hydras are trucks.
Yeah. So they're big enough for Hydras to comfortably go through, but also they do take up the full lane.
There's
But
a
with
couple
that,
of us will be fine.
those who are more stealthy can kind of glance through and catch this Oni at the cannons who's in a medium sized. And presumably is the professor.
He's
We
probably
hope.
a stabbed halfling, so we're not sure.
That's what I'm saying. We hope.
As the first kind of characters peer onto the map, what would you like to do?
I can see everything in line of sight, by the way, because it was dim light, right?
Yes, there are actual kind of dark areas and light areas here.
Dim light doesn't affect Alvina's vision at all because that's one of the features of Eagle. So she can see
Yeah,
everything
so
that
I'm
isn't
gonna,
pitch black or out of line of sight, essentially.
gonna expand anything that isn't like directly blocked by something. I'm just gonna get rid of this area here. But I think the rest of these kind of little nuggets here are kind of blocked from line of sight, so I think that's it.
So, okay. There's not an
What's-
ogre in that little section up there, so that's something. I'm gonna check if Alvina recognizes that the professor is the one that. There she is. It doesn't look the same as Apple.
I do rebellion cant to Abigail.
See, Alvina doesn't fucking know what a brilliant cat is.
Just
She's like, he's doing weird gestures. We're caught. I'm gonna throw this severed head at him.
I'm just using I'm using
They're casting a spell, quick!
You've been made. Kill him.
I'm using expeditious retreat whilst I'm and just keep on running until I reach the cannons.
Oh damn it! You're gonna get completely found out.
I'm flat out running because I'm assuming the professor's still there because we heard the message.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you did watch them, and you have the intelligence to remember what they looked like, so you do notice that they look the same, only smaller, and can
Look
quickly put
exactly
together.
the same, but compressed slightly.
Yeah, but compressed. But yeah, go ahead and put your minis on the map as you kind of come out of the tunnel, but you will be in line of sight of any patrols coming around. So if you are trying to be stealthy, roll me a stealth check.
Alvina came out as tiny again.
Same with our mirror. Everyone's coming out tiny.
All tiny.
22. Alvina's good. Combat roll behind the cannon.
So just ogres kind of moving around. Let me.
And I'm gonna get
Jeez.
And the
myself.
pointers come out massive. I also. There we go.
I'm basically
How'd
hitting
you get the
myself.
characters from the other map?
If you go to your character sheet and you click on your name and drag, it'll bring your mini onto the map.
Oh yeah, I actually don't have the character sheets for. Actually, no, I do. Wait a minute. Abigail. She's tiny.
It's over.
In roll 20 in your character sheet.
And we don't have.
Yeah, don't.
What was what was his name? Emmy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Emmy.
Emmy.
Emmy's in my bag.
Click on your assassin name. When it highlights blue, click and drag.
Right.
Jesus, Gwen.
Oh.
Where'd you go? You're over here.
By
that's
dint of. There's a tiny Abigail there. I don't have Ebby's character sheet, but I'm assuming Ebby's just. I've put Ebby in the bag.
Yeah, it's because I haven't actually made her a character sheet yet.
Yeah, Ebby's just in
Good
the
a
bag.
reason as any.
Yeah.
I'm hitting myself with my disguise self to transform it look like one of the Oni just as I'm running towards the cannons.
No, not an Oni, a ogre.
Oh yeah, ogre, whatever I thought was no Oni because the fact that
Alvina's covered in freaking blood. She's gonna like spike part of her hair to look like a pair of horns and go, "That's good enough." We're looking like an Oni.
Since Zormir has a dash, although I'm pretty sure actually Alvina
I'm
can't
going to
keep
try
up.
and stealth.
Yes, you can.
The rest of you, actually, I think Gwent might also be able to keep up.
Gwen's even faster than Alvina.
Yeah.
Those who don't have ridiculous decks, you're getting coming in the second wave. Those with dash, with bonus action dash and ridiculous decks,
Speed.
and ridiculous speed can, I guess, come in the first wave.
Assassin, do you want to be in the bag with Amy?
I
and
mean,
be in
I mean,
immediately?
I can dash the bonus action dash, so I'm probably with y'all.
So you
nice.
can keep up with Stormir.
Gwent's in the first wave.
Yeah, Gwent goes first, then Alvina, because even with me.
What's fair, Gwent also has the option of staying back in the second wave. It isn't
Where's
you isn't a
Blade?
mandatory running forward.
Whoop, back in the second wave then.
Those who would like to run forward and be first can do so.
Wait, is it just Zormir and Alvina? Because if so, then maybe I do want to stay back.
Oh, the professor's there, so
Alvina's
you got
stealthy.
like 3
I'm
allies
gonna
there.
Shoot Zormir.
You know what? I think Alvina will like go to pick up Assassin, put them in the
You
back,
card
and
that
they'll
gun
just,
on
like,
me.
leap
I hope
out
you not won the
before
gun.
Alvina runs off, so they're also gonna stay back.
Oh,
Like,
but Professor, do we get a Destiny point? Because that was a really good scene with.
Yeah.
That was a really difficult scene, and I appreciate you. While obviously you were looking for the best answer, actually like finally going through.
Yeah.
So there you go. You
Nice.
get a Destiny point.
Hooray! I use it immediately because I'm only gonna have one next week at the start anyway.
No, you'd have
It's true.
two, because doesn't the ones you gain from it? Oh,
Yeah.
No, you guys. If you have
Huh?
0, you start with 1. You don't. If you have 1, you don't get another.
all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's like when you start initiative with a level 20 monk.
Fair enough.
Yep.
At least we all.
So I can't stop my voice from being Oni while I'm in the Oni form because of Alter Self. So I'm going to be communicating with message unless otherwise stated out loud. So whenever I do the professor voice, it'll be in message form.
I
You
can-
destroyed the 4 Oni then, the 4 ogres.
Yeah,
You'll get the message back.
here's
Yes.
the fourth one.
They were wearing armor.
Were.
Do
Well,
you
there
have
were
some?
bracers.
Yes,
They were
past
wearing
tense.
bracers that looked magical.
They're not magic.
Didn't look
Alvina
bad.
shows them up.
No, they're just very well worked.
They're nice.
Beautifully crafted.
They're well.
Those are beautifully crafted.
Yeah.
I would like
Gold.
a pair if you have them.
We have spare, yeah. There you go. I throw them at you.
Do we have spare though? Because
No, wait, they're
We
I
had
think it
four.
was 4 fun.
We had four.
yeah,
yeah.
Lou's got a pair, Alvina's got a pair, Assassin's got a pair, and wasn't
oh
fuck
no,
you
I
getting a
didn't.
pair?
I didn't take them.
Want to fuck you?
I just really like the energy of the idea of just me getting rid of perfectly good armor just for the memes.
Fuck you
Yeah.
might actually have something which prevents him, essentially. So I'm not
Yeah.
putting a mark on that one.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has
but we can
light
like
armor.
reserve them for
They
and
require
see.
attunement.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Yeah. Why do you think Alvina was like, yeah, I'll have these for now?
What is
As the
everything I love
achievement
die?
period
No. It's an hour.
passed.
It's an hour.
I'm going
Well,
to.
it's
Yeah, I
gonna be a
wasn't
while.
sure the time lapse.
Doctor,
not an
I
hour.
have
We went
loaded the
400 yards.
cannons and communicated with some of the more hench-looking slaves.
What's wrong with that one?
Get.
Why has he been stabbed?
Start
you have
moving the
hit on
people.
the you have hit on the very crux of the problem, Alvina. That one. What happened to that one is he got stabbed in the
Avina,
neck by another slave,
Avina,
Ah.
start
and
moving the
that is
people.
all there is to it. Nothing else happened.
So there was a disagreement between the slaves.
That sounds
buy it.
feasible.
I'll buy
Yes,
it.
Let's go with that.
19. Let's see your deception.
Alvina buys it. Gwen, 27. Jesus.
Let's see your deception there.
When staring holes in you.
Would I have advantage because I'm disguised?
We
I
know who
don't
you
think
are.
so.
What was the lie you were trying to tell?
It was.
the
stabbing
was
fight
only-
broke out
stabbed
between
another.
the slaves.
One of them stabbed another.
Quent sees through it. That's it.
Like, you did this.
Technically true, but Inception also tells Gagers that there's something
Yeah,
you're
but there was
keeping
nothing
back.
more
Yeah.
to it.
So that's fair.
Gwent alone thinks there's something I'm not fully telling you. You see the sort of what would it be? It would be
Hang of
more
guilt in the back of your
yeah.
eyes.
It would be guilt somewhat. a poor decision made. The guilt of a bad decision. Yeah.
Gwen can tell it in the tone of your voice. There's that sad tone.
Yes, the tone of me casting message. Sure.
Yeah. The tone
Alvina.
of the spell.
No, it's okay. You still whisper through it. It'll still be your voice.
Alvina, start moving the people this way.
If I heal this guy, will he cause a problem? And I'm looking at the professor.
I can't imagine why.
It would occur to you not
about this?
you wouldn't react well to an Oni presence.
Oh, I doubt he would react well to me in this current form.
Well, me
It's,
disguised
lot
like
of
You're
this.
pretty sure
Stand
none
in
of
the
the slaves
A
are
lot
going to
of
react
the
positively to an
slaves-
Oni.
So Zorbe, did you say Alvina start getting the people over here, or do you
Yeah.
want Alvina to move
Stop.
the cannons?
No, I'm
Okay.
gonna stay with the
It-
cannons because I can use them without them.
Yeah, but they're all pointed
Yeah.
the wrong way.
I'm gonna turn it. I'm
You
strong
can
enough.
change them.
You can easily move
So,
them.
so while Alvina and possibly
Alvina zooms off.
while
No.
Alvina and Gwent are moving captive and injured people, I will point at Zormir and say, "Doctor, I will lay a card on the table. You trusted me to come in, albeit reluctantly. There is an inside person from the rebellion within these caves, in these mines. I would like to find them and extract them.
I'll find them. We know there's someone here. Go find them. I'll keep
I'll
them busy
join
with the
them
cannons.
before we storm the Oni King's palace."
Once points here, we can man the second cannon.
No.
I probably wouldn't be able to locate person because I don't know their name.
Yeah, you
Alvina's gonna
just find everybody.
Alvina's
Locate-
gonna
Here, here.
Locate rebellion slave. Points
Yeah.
at me.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alvina's gonna keep eyes out for any ogres and keep as far away from them as you can spot and get people.
Brent, you start going for people too.
Here's two.
Like, nope, nope, nope.
You can keep an eye on here just because their footprints are slightly different because of how large they are and kind of flabbier they are. As you move up to the slaves, though, because this is important because these slaves haven't experienced anyone who looks like Alvina in ever.
In than ever.
Hmm.
What?
So
6 foot
how
armor,
is
6 foot armor.
Alvina approaching them? You can
Well,
see
she
that these
looks-
look just from a distance.
foot,
These look
I presume.
haggard and tired and weary.
She's covered in blood as well. Her hair spiked up in a really shitty attempt to look like an Oni. And she's gonna basically finger to her lips, reach down to like the nearest one if they just stop in possibly amazement, and just snap the chains. Move on to the next one. Do the same thing.
All right. First, I'm going to need you to give me a persuasion check.
Not the worst skill she has. Also not the best.
Let's
Not
see if
good.
you're.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Alvina has this look in her eye that doesn't scream comfort. If anything, it screams unbridled destruction and
Yeah.
death.
Not the best person I picked
And
to
I'm
go.
not going to do this because I'll break my voice. But as you come in, and you come face to face with what appears to be a very kind of hollow-cheeked half elf, with this kind of what probably once was gorgeous, or maybe never actually, depending on how long she's been here, silver hair, kind of now a kind of tinged ratty yellow hair, tangled in mess with kind of what appears to almost be like a little shine of actually gold arcanite and sweat. Not gold arcanite, gold dust, because they're mining gold. Everything is gold arcanite, gold crust. And sweat. And as they look up to you, kind of holding this little chunk of gold that they got from the north over there, stares at you and, in a high-pitched voice, screams in fear.
Alvina's going to hand over her mouth and go.
Give me a athletics check, see how quickly you can just bound the distance.
Jesus, the time to get a
Not
bad
bad.
roll. It's bad for Alvina.
Well,
It is bad,
yeah,
but to be fair, at least you don't knock her head
a
off.
12.
Don't rip her head off.
It's a positive result, and it wasn't a high DC as you kind of quickly cover the area and kind of slap your hand over her mouth.
Yeah, Alvina's like shaking her head like.
You can actually feel the trembling of her skin underneath your hand. Her entire body almost quaking out of fear. As let's go ahead.
Alvina's gonna whisper. It's a half elf, right?
Oh, as she faints immediately.
Alvina has that effect on ladies sometimes. It's normal.
Her eyes, you kind of see her eyes kind of almost like roll back a little bit. You can see the kind of blood-stained white.
It's probably the
of her eyes.
state you're in.
Well,
So
at least-
you're- fuck.
She just immediately faints and goes limp in your form. You can see a hush as a wave of murmuring around washes through the cavern, as suddenly everyone's turning to look at you, both with faces of amazement or terror. All of them, their jaws slacked.
No, you had it
As-
right. They're slaws.
They're sloths. As this wave continues through, and you can hear in broken common coming down. What noise? Shut up! Back to work! I come down there! As you can hear feet stomping towards your area. This one probably actually going south here. What would you like to do? It seems that this kind of wave of almond and kind of murmuring, and the party, the professor and Zormir, you can also hear not only the high-pitched scream that echoes through the cavern, but also this wave of murmuring as it kind of reaches, and you can see it already spanning north as Lox and those around him are also kind of murmuring, what? A blood-soaked banshee? What? Monsters invaded the cavern? Monsters have invaded the cavern. Monsters have invaded the cavern.
I also start, but I'm gonna like try and Chinese whispers it and into
She has come to free you all. That's not a bad one.
Professor, do you still look like an Oni?
Oh shit!
Yes.
Everyone immediately flees from you.
Alvina's gonna princess carry the passed out half elf girl and literally gesture to all the people, run, and basically just go into common, run that way, and then bolt off.
Pointing in which direction?
Back towards the party.
Towards the
Interesting.
Oni. Towards the two Oni.
No.
Go ahead and give
towards-
me another persuasion check. This time with disadvantage, because you look like a monster.
I do look like a monster. Yay!
He's a monster.
Oh.
That would have been a natural 20!
Somehow, the fact that you're just carrying this individual, you haven't eaten them yet. As they can hear the thudding of ogre footsteps, and there now appears to be 3 coming this way. And the point, actually, not the point, the professor, as you kind of glance over, you can actually see sight of at least definitely one of them kind of coming down. You can hear the footsteps of another. They're coming this direction to investigate. You're going to want to do something quickly soon. But all of the slaves kind of look back and look at the Alvina, the strange monster that has slightly pointed hair, is covered in blood, and decide between their fates, they're going to try the monster.
This
It
one?
might be better.
Hell yeah! I have an army
Doctor,
of
wheel your
terrified
cannon. Doctor, wheel your cannon around so it's pointing into a crossfire. As soon as the ogres cross into this way, let rip.
I know.
And
how-
I move up. I
You
move
know
up
how
there
crossfire
to this other cannon. Get into a hiding position and move my cannon round to point down.
But while you guys are all doing
Oh
that,
yeah, so
the rest of the party kind of catches up into the cavern at this point. Gwent, what are you up to?
I am heading north to this load of slaves to try and get them out.
And how would you like to approach this group of slaves?
Just going to like keep myself hidden from over here, and then gesture them over.
Just an over? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, because of your background, go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Are you a folk hero?
I am not, no, but before that, I'm just going to cast borrowed knowledge on myself. to get a little bit extra for persuasion
Ooh.
and guidance as well, just to give a little bit extra.
They get advantage
yeah.
because they're a normal-looking person, not a horrifying blood-covered monster with glowing eyes.
And they're wearing the hero's armor.
Yeah.
Got to...
To be fair, the slaves don't know about the hero's armor. That's a device of ancient history.
We found it in some
So
glitch's
Heavy-
basement.
Oh, Jesus, thank God for that.
Thank God for
Thank
the
God for
advantage.
advantage. And then, oh, a 19.
19.
And then a 19.
What I'm going to do when I'm outside of the view of these lot is
Just
I'm
kill
just
them
going
all.
to pull up one of my saddlebags and show them something underneath to gain their trust, and then put it down.
All right, you do so.
We've told you before about your horse
It's...
anatomy. Stop flashing it at random commoners. For fuck's sake.
The commoners love it.
Hey, Alvina was
They
so
do.
hot, the woman passed out, okay? I think Gwen's willing to let some other people pass out. It's
But as you
slightly different reasons.
and you can see there's still hesitancy in their eyes, confusion, as a scream echoes from the south. But as they kind of look towards you, you can see they start to kind of whisper back as well. But this one more of a friendlier tone, as they kind of nod and start coming towards your direction.
Alvina is gonna break the chains when she gets back at the girl she's princess carrying.
You can see these guys kind of get out of the way, kind of going north and south, kind of trying to.
Yeah, I'll be directing them out of the kill zone.
Yeah, as soon as
Which I assume is there.
Yeah,
Nope, not around there. Around.
Since I'm readying one of the cannons, can I possibly direct Lou and the point to hand out weapons to the ones that Alvina has already in the chains of, so that they can essentially begin revolting after we fire the original barrage?
if they're gonna
And
let
also make
me,
it clear that we're not actual Oni.
They might run away from me after this display. They might like go, we're following you, but we're not gonna let you do anything to us.
I basically want to drop disguise self as soon as the crossfires is ready and go, hi, die.
Fair. The point and Lou, what are you two up to?
So once he's in range to actually do this, he's going to run over to that cannon the professor's by and just say, I got this. You go and do your thing.
And okay.
Yeah.
And
Because he's got a better chance of firing the cannon than not failing.
They've got firearms.
I am literally an artillerist outfitter.
Yeah.
No cannons.
Very well. Be
So-
ready.
So you're
6
going north,
seconds.
not south.
Professor is going to run out.
I
towards
also
the,
hand the press back his eye at this.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. And pop it back in my socket. 12 seconds. Be ready. And I walk out from behind the cannon wall, still dressed as an Oni, and say, "They're fleeing! Come, hurry!" And I draw a huge greatsword, far too big to be wielded by anyone at all. And I direct them towards, I lead the charge back towards the revolt.
Hydras.
Yeah, the Hydras. The wall of death. So that we can get the jump on them. Move your feet, or it's triple shifts.
I was going to say just half rations. Do the half rations. That scares
triple shifts for you if you don't hurry up.
That
We don't get
scares
them
ogres.
slaves
We
back.
know about that. We know it scares ogres.
No food for a whole day.
Lou, what did you say you were doing?
I never.
Lou, what would you like to?
I think Lou's gonna cast Fog Cloud to catch these two ogres.
Ooh.
I like it. Okay.
Cool.
So that'll be the effectively combat initiative, but we're not going to do that this week. So you get into a position where you can probably over here, where you can see that the two ogres kind of focus on the professor, going to look back and start charging towards this. As everything kind of slows down now, you can see the two ogres kind of coming down the middle here into your death wall. You can see slaves very confused, starting to kind of form almost as they've all kind of been drawn into here. You can kind of see them almost starting to, especially ones to the north, kind of start to form almost like a crowd as they start to slow and kind of look to the ogres running down, kind of those who have come past kind of forming down to see the cannons, and you're kind of drawing a crowd as the murmurs continue to go through the cavern, kind of drawing people in for whatever is about to happen. You're actually forming a crowd now.
As
There's
the
a
ogres
severed head.
overtake me,
There's also a severed Oni head somewhere in this mess.
Yeah.
Ogre head.
as the ogres overtake me, and I know that the cannons are about to go off, I'm counting in my head. 3,
Run around the corner.
4, 3, 2, 1. I hit the deck, and I drop my disguise. As
This is
the
fair.
comes up with the fog.
And we'll get this essentially as the ogres come in, everything begins to go. You do the count, you drop to the floor. Lou, you're able to cast your fog cloud. The cannons go off as the crowd is left speechless as cannon explosions ring through the cavern as the camera pans over towards the end of the cavern.
Yep.
And standing up from their little board game on a table, 3 Oni brutes surrounded by 3 Oni magi.
Yep.
With 2 additional ogres. You can see one of the ogres carrying an unconscious half-orc.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh.
It's not a meat dumpling. Despite
It's supposed to be real. Comes, kind of walks up and just slows and also looks back to the sound of ringing cannon fodder.
Cannon fire. Cannon fodder would be great though.
As that is where we're going to end today.
Yeah.
The start of a rebellion next week.
Nice.
Will there be
Okay.
casualties? That
Oh,
depends
yes.
entirely on
Oh,
how
yes.
well the party
It
does.
depends who the casualties
Oh
are.
yes, there will be.
There will definitely be casualties. Whether they're us, the innocent civilians, or the enemies, which remains to be seen.
How about both? All of the
All
above.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely, most assuredly, there will be casualties.
Yes.
Well, I hope.
Most assuredly, what choices the professor makes will kill more innocents.
It'll be 2. It'll be the professor will be the first casualty as both cannons natural 1 and hit it.
No,
If they're
natural one means they
they're gonna
blow up.
explode on you guys. Yeah.
Okay,
Natural
maybe a
2.
3.
Okay.
Be natural 2.
I will accept if you nat 20 and then roll another 20 apiece. They'll both hit me.
We're not aiming for you.
Okay, I've
Okay,
got
that's
destiny
the
points.
point.
Yeah.
They go through the ogres and hit me.
Oh, I didn't actually know that was a command. I tried to roll 2 20s and go, oh, shame.
That's because you forgot the 2D.
No, I didn't. I specifically didn't want it to be a D. I want it because if you roll it like normally, it just flat rolls 20.
Alright.
But yes, there you go. That is today's session. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. This was Minds of Avarice Part 3. Tune in where I think I'm going to change the title to Rise of a Rebellion.
Ooh.
Rise
Again.
of yet another rebellion.
The rise of another rebellion.
Yeah, I hope.
That's the beautiful story of a rebellion. There's always tiny little rebellions forming everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There you go.
Call it Rebel Scum.
Who knows
the
if
real
you'll
Black
survive
Phoenix.
next week,
A
given
New Hope.
Given what we're about to do.
A New Hope. I do quite like A New Hope. I'll go with A New Hope. There you go, James.
Yeah.
Next week's episode can
The
be
next
called
one.
A New Hope Part 1.
And Alvina
Let's see if you
is now-
that
survive
was
the
part
Minds of
4.
Avarice as you bring down the brute of, I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Oni slave masters, 3 Oni brutes, and 3 Oni magis with a bunch of civilians.
A pear tree.
Fine, we've got cannons this time.
We have cannons
Yeah,
this time.
but-
Let's see how well those help you out.
How many spell slots has anybody got left?
0.
Hey,
I've
have
got,
you-
I've
Jump
got
hit.
3.
Just do what we
Yeah.
did last time. Pump
I
a
have
shit
no-
ton of hit. Pump a shit ton of hit
I got
into
spell
Alvina.
slots.
I've got 1 rage.
I have
As I
no
believe
spell
many of
slots,
you
but
are
I do
very
have
low
a
on
gun.
resources.
I will say, we've got Alvina's got 1 rage, but she does have a black hole.
I've got a chipper attitude and a finger gun for you, sir. Go get him.
All right, thank you all. That is us. Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
See ya.
I had something to plug, but bye.
Well, I'm
It's fine,
still alive.
you can plug it on my stream as well, because I'm still alive.
I'm still
No, we're
alive,
still
so
live
you
on
can go
the
plug.
website. Go ahead and plug your thing. I forgot.
It doesn't
Yeah.
feel natural now.
Jane, plug your thing.
Well, now it doesn't feel natural.
Yeah,
We're
well, I
running
promise
in
to do it.
some race sometime.
You forgot to remind us about your plug, so yes.
Yeah, I got a memory of it.
I've got two things to plug. So the first one is at the end of May, on the 29th of May, I'm running the Edinburgh Half Marathon as part of the Edinburgh Marathon Festival. I'll probably be raising money for an autism charity or for Extra Life, the D&D charity. I haven't decided yet, but midway through training, so it'd be fun to even just see people out and supporting various charities. You don't have to support me, just as long as you, like, if you are able to give a little bit to some charity. I think the official one is Cancer Trust or Cancer Relief, one of those two, I think, or Alzheimer's maybe. So yeah, and you'll be able to track the race as it happens, I believe, or the races. The second one is at the end of August, the final weekend of August, the 27th and 28th, is a return by Tabletop Scotland, the first time since 2019. Why was that? Something happened in the interim, I believe, that made tabletop game conventions unfeasible. But yeah,
Lack of
27th.
interest?
No good games released, yeah.
I think it could have been a rebellion or an Oni uprising or something. But yeah, on the 27th, on the 27th and 28th of August this year, so last weekend of August, Tabletop Scotland is once more in the Doers Centre in Perth, and tickets are available now. Just Google Tabletop Scotland or Twitter or something.
For reference to people watching the VOD of this, possibly in the large amount in the future, this is the year 2022. So don't do it. If you're listening after the year 2022, ignore these dates.
Yes.
AKA the year 1BA, before Atomic.
One
AKA
badass.
if you're a year
One
behind.
badass.
Or 2AC.
and,
Two
plus,
AC.
and plus, I think two of us will be away somewhere else, doing
Yeah.
some LARP.
But yeah, those are my things. Edinburgh Marathon Festival at the end, last weekend of May, and Tabletop Scotland last weekend of August.
There you go. There's your.
There's your plug.
I'll be
Right,
keeping on plugging this. And it'll
Right.
get more concise as the weeks go on. Possibly.
Doubtful.
That is going to be us out for this stream. Now Jamie gets to do his wrap up after this.